On the air, online, covering the Treasure Coast. Get connected with the Get Up and Go show. And now here's your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Friday, a brand new Friday.
We made it to Friday.
Okay, who's ready for Friday? You get ready.
I'm ready to party! Yeah!
Are you ready?
To party! Yeah!
I'm having some fun with you here.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah! Okay, let's go have some fun.
Yeah!
Have a good, long, nice weekend.
It's not just fun, it's a necessity.
It's a brand new Friday.
Should be amazing.
We celebrate with the beer.
A beer could help.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah. Hey, good morning, Bonnie. It's Friday. We made it.
Yeah. End of the week is here. Good
We're
morning,
here.
Evan.
That's
Welcome,
right.
welcome, Treasure Coast. Thanks for waking up with us.
That's right. It's the biggest little radio show on the biggest little radio station on the planet in the biggest little city on the state of Florida.
And hopefully everybody is making plans for a great weekend ahead. And, hopefully all of this coronavirus
Oh, you had to bring up the C word this morning.
did not ruin your
Oh,
plans.
No. I was hoping to get by without saying the C word.
Well, it's pretty hard to do it. It's pretty hard to avoid the noid, Evan. It seems just like everything lately, everything everywhere is either being canceled, postponed, or shut down.
I
And
know.
I know people that even wanted to go enjoy the Shamrock Festival right here in Stewart tomorrow.
Yeah.
Not able to do that now. Deb was just telling about it yesterday, and
Uh-huh.
I guess that has been canceled for now.
It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Honestly, it truly is. I honestly think it's. I'm just going to say it's okay. I don't want to go on a rant. I don't want to give my thoughts because that's not the type of show that we do where I start, going off on tangents and ridiculing and this, that, and the other. Everything's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. That's all we need to say. And it's true.
Yeah, economy wise, I know everybody's kind of freaking out, but like even with sports, everything in sports being canceled or postponed for now, the whole sports world. And I know businesses and restaurants, taverns, places, people that are coming to town, people that have bought tickets are going to suffer for it. But maybe we can just look at it like, maybe we just have to shut down for a little bit to kind of contain this pandemic.
Well, we're not going to shut down, though. Our radio show's not going to shut down because we're in a very sterile environment here in the studio. I had my team of cleaning people come in here yesterday and literally clean this whole studio top to bottom. They sprayed everything. They sanitized everything. And we're in a very sterile environment. We don't even need to wear a hazmat suit in here.
A hazmat suit. Boy, wouldn't that feel warm in here this morning? It's
No.
on the warm side here
I'll
in
go
Stewart.
turn the AC down in just a little bit and cool it off for you.
Yeah,
How's
I'm
that?
glad I don't have to wear a snowmobile suit or a hazmat suit or any kind of a helmet.
Could you imagine if I walked in here this morning in a hazmat suit and I broadcasted the show in a hazmat suit and everybody on Facebook and YouTube would watch us do that? That would be great entertainment.
Any other time during it, I would be surprised that you walked in here and do that, Evan. But, at this time, it wouldn't even surprise me if one would walk in with one.
It's just, I would do it just to get a good laugh on the internet. Just, I'm that kind of a guy with everybody, that's just nervous Nellies out there and people are on edge. Why not give them some real good entertainment? And I'll walk in here in a hazmat suit and just do the show in a hazmat suit and everybody would watch.
Speaking about being nervous, I'm nervous about getting toilet paper because
come on. I went to the store yesterday. There was plenty of it.
Is there? I'm glad to hear because it was like, say, a week ago that I bought some, but I, wasn't freaking out and, I didn't stock up on it. I normally don't stock up on it. Of course I should. It's nice to have that in the cabinet.
I went to my local drugstore. I walked in and there was plenty of toilet paper.
Well, I'm glad to hear.
I didn't stock up. I did not hoard the toilet paper. Okay, I bought just 3 packages, only 3. I saw other people coming out with like 10 packages of toilet paper. I'm like, come on, let's get real.
Is it still priced right? Is it $10 or $11 for some rolls? Like
I paid
I'm hearing?
$3.99 for a 369, I think a 12 pack.
Well, that's what. $3.99 for a
For
12
12 pack.
You got a deal on that.
Of course, I got a deal.
That's a good deal. Usually, I pay $3.99 for like maybe a 6-roll pack.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like to get that double ply, and I like my toilet paper very soft.
I do like my toilet paper very soft also because I have a very, well, here we go. Okay, everybody has a sensitive bum, and they like to have something soft when they, touch their bum with the toilet paper. So
I'm glad you kept that so clean and
I did.
refreshing for us.
I did.
You did.
I did.
For a minute there, I was afraid where you're going to go.
I didn't use the W word. I just used the T word, touch the bum.
Uh-huh.
So I kept it clean.
I got to remember that.
Like the toilet paper does. It keeps us clean.
It does. And if so ever I talk about that, that subject, I have to remember touch the bum.
Yes,
keep it clean.
Touch the bum. So as you were mentioning, there's all sorts of stuff happening. We're affected by it up at Clover Park because I got a memo yesterday that all the spring training games were canceled, and now the season is on hold for a couple of weeks. Opening day was originally scheduled for March 26th, but that's not happening for now. Major League Baseball has pushed back the start of the season at least 2 weeks, but it could be extended even further. And spring training games have also been suspended, and minor league baseball is following suit. So our St. Lucie Mets are also going to be starting the season late as well.
Yeah, that was supposed to start on like March 20th, wasn't it?
No, St. Lucie Mets. No, we were starting in April.
Oh, the Major League Baseball.
Major
on
League
March
Baseball,
20.
March 26th was opening day.
Yeah, and NCAA, the tournament action now, they were before going to do it without fans in the stadium, and now they're not going to run the men's or women's NCAA tournament action at all. So that has really been canceled. Sunfest is coming up too. I wonder what they're going to be doing with that. As of last night, I hadn't heard of any cancellations with Sunfest, but there is events. There are a couple of outlets with concerts. I know that they have canceled all of their touring and events for like the entire month of March. As we heard of last night.
Right, exactly. So there's a lot of things. The National Hockey League has suspended its season immediately, Bonnie. So there's no NHL games, nothing on ice. The NBA has suspended things.
And the mayor of New York City, he announced that any venue that's going to have like 500 people or more, all must be canceled as of law. So like the Broadway shows there, of course, aren't going to be playing. So this has majorly just, shut down events, postponed events for now, like all around the world.
Yeah.
And, Evan, even like what you work in, with the baseball action and at Cloverfield,
right.
I'm wondering about all of the seasonal workers involved in these events. And I really feel for how it's going to be affecting them.
Yeah, in the golf world, the PGA Tour was planning on staging events without spectators in the coming weeks, but late last night they canceled the Players' Championship as well as their next 3 events, Bonnie.
Yeah. Yeah, and you brought up yesterday, it's still fascinating. I'm still waiting to hear about schools and the area schools with what they're going to be doing. I do have a updated news story coming up on the St. Lucie County public schools that they're going to be alerting the parents about a comprehensive plan in the event of a school closure as the coronavirus concerns continue. But at this point, they're not anticipating that any schools will close.
No.
But they're sending letters out to homes to all the students, all the parents of students about the measures that are going to be in place.
Yeah, and again, it's just, you just got to be safe. That's all. Be smart, be safe. Yeah. I'm carrying hand sanitizer with me everywhere I go. So, every time you touch something, just put a little dab. I went to Miami yesterday on the train, spent some time with my son in Miami, was walking around, taking in the sights. I didn't see anybody in gloves or masks or anybody on the train. Yeah. Everybody was it was like business as usual. Mm-hmm. Down in Miami, we ate at a great Italian restaurant right down in Brickell. and it was business as usual.
Yeah.
I did take note, though, that there was one girl at the restaurant that was constantly wiping the door handle off, wiping it all, I guess to get rid of the germs or whatever it was. I did see some people with, taking hand sanitizer out and washing their hands. So, people are taking prevention. They are, being cautious, and that's really all it is. You just have to be cautious. That's what it's all about.
I'm hoping that it's just going to be like a shorter stint than we're anticipating, maybe a month or two. And all I can do is hope and pray that by this year in 2021, we're just going to be looking at this as something being behind us.
Yeah.
And for the moment, economy wise, it's going to be like affecting so many things around the world. But I think
Agreed.
It's important to take this break and really try to contain this from spreading around more. The precautions like that really have to be in place right now.
I agree with you. Just heed on the side of caution. That's all you really need to do. Just heed on the side of caution. Don't go out there and panic and buy all the toilet paper up and buy all the hand sanitizer up like a lot of people are doing, because, it's really important that the people that also need it are the people in the medical field as well. They're the ones that care for us when we're sick, and they're going to need this stuff also. So, heed on the side of caution, be considerate when you're out there buying things, and just be safe.
Yeah, that's like a really, really good point. I try to, just kind of like, I'm doing a lot of hand washing lately, Evan.
Yeah.
Washing my hand, and just, you mentioned the hand sanitizer too, with 60% alcohol, and just like take heed to everything you have to touch with the germs, the gas pumps, the hand dryers.
See that? Look at that right in my hand.
The shopping carts.
I'm going to actually do a little dab right now on the air as we're speaking. I'm going to put a little hand sanitizer in my hand as we're speaking. It's a vanilla scented base. I'm just going to hear that. Did you hear that? Okay. And I just sanitized my hands that quickly.
That's all it
See
takes.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
Very simple.
Thank goodness we have those at work where I work too. In effect, it affected my massage a little bit last night too. I noticed my clientele was a little bit down, but we're going to go spread the wealth of this weekend. It's not going to keep Gary and I at home. We're still going to go out to a local restaurant and wine and dine. And
that's it. Go out. You got to celebrate your birthday. Your birthday was yesterday.
Yeah.
And Gary's taking you out to a nice fine place for dinner.
Yeah, that hibachi place.
Yes, you're going to go have a great time.
Have the yum sauce going on.
Hey, it's 6:20 right now. It's time for news, all brought to you by Discovery Senior Living. And Bonnie has the headlines from the news desk. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning to you, Evan. And the Florida Department of Health says the statewide total of positive coronavirus cases is now at 44. 15 new cases were added yesterday. The death toll is still at 2. Florida's junior U.S. Senator is in self-imposed isolation for the next 14 days. Rick Scott says that while meeting with the president of Brazil on Monday, he was in a room with a person infected with coronavirus, but he feels fine.
Absolutely. I don't have any symptoms. What both my doctor and the Senate doctor told me is that I'm in good shape. Even if I get it down the road, I shouldn't have hardly any symptoms.
Scott says he decided to self-quarantine in abundance of caution. The coronavirus is prompting Walt Disney World to close for the rest of the month, effective Sunday night. Universal Orlando Resort is doing the same thing. The coronavirus is prompting Disneyland in California to close, and now Walt Disney World is following suit.
The Orlando park will also close along with Disneyland Paris on Monday. All three will not reopen until next month amid the coronavirus pandemic. The parks in Hong Kong and Tokyo were already shut down, and the Shanghai Disney Resort partially reopened earlier this week. Disney Cruise Line will also temporarily halt all new departures starting on Saturday through the end of March. The hotels at Walt Disney World will remain open until further notice. Universal Orlando Resort also announced they will temporarily close its parks, effective at the close of business on Sunday. I'm John Conrad.
The coronavirus isn't getting in the way of SpaceX's plans. The company has a rocket launch scheduled for tomorrow morning at Cape Canaveral. A Falcon 9 rocket will carry 60 Starlink satellites into orbit. And today was supposed to mark the day of the 2020 legislative session, but lawmakers will need more time to hammer out a budget thanks to the coronavirus crisis. South Florida Representative Shrevrin Jones says weeks ago they were talking about tourism and teacher raises. Now it's all about public health.
This public health part of our budget has gotten a lot of cuts over the years. And so this should be a wake-up call that we need to continue, and we need to properly fund the Department of Health.
Once a budget deal is linked, state law requires a 72-hour cooling off period before a final vote. So the session will not end until at least next week. And St. Lucie Public Schools is alerting parents about a comprehensive plan in the event of a school closure as coronavirus concerns continue. At this point in time, Superintendent Wayne Gent doesn't participate. Any schools will close. However, a letter will be sent home with all students on Friday about the measures in place. The letter was also posted to the school's district website Thursday afternoon with a detailed explanation about the plan. The district has developed a comprehensive plan that would allow for home instruction through online lessons and supplemental resources in the event of school closures, the notice reads. And a man who flew to West Palm Beach despite knowing he was infected with coronavirus has been banned from any future flights with JetBlue. The man is currently being isolated after arriving Wednesday night at Palm Beach International Airport Wednesday aboard a JetBlue flight. According to the Florida Department of Health, JetBlue Flight 253 landed at 8:53 p.m. from New York's John F. Kennedy International Airport, but the airplane remained on the tarmac instead of proceeding to gate C-12. Passengers departed the aircraft around 10:45 p.m. On Thursday. The Florida Department of Health released a statement about the incident. And the Florida Department of Health was made aware that a passenger traveling through Palm Beach International tested positive for that COVID-19. Upon being notified, the department immediately began working with the CDC to conduct an extensive investigation to determine what was going on with that. Well, sports, Evan, I went to the ballpark yesterday and I looked for those baseball scores, but everything was closed. Everything. Just couldn't get in because basically every professional sport has been shut down indefinitely by the coronavirus, including the MLB, including the NBA, the NHL, the NCAA's March Madness, Major League Soccer. The NHL yesterday morning suspended its season immediately, saying that the goal is to resume play as soon as it's appropriate and prudent. Major League Baseball opening day was originally scheduled for March 26th, but that's not happening. For now, Major League Baseball has pushed back the start of the season at least 2 weeks, but it could be extended further. NCAA, too, announcing annual March Madness tournament would continue without fans, but now their players won't be playing either. And they're saying, quote, this decision is based on the evolving COVID-19 public health threat and ability to ensure the events do not contribute to the spread of the pandemic. And the NBA, of course, they were the first to suspend action already on Wednesday, and it's way too soon, too early to say when and if that season will resume. Our news time is 6:25. We'll be back with weather and traffic together.
.626, your time on the Get Up and Go show. It's time for traffic and weather together, brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, the traffic is looking good for your Friday morning. All is quiet on the roads throughout Martin County and St. Lucie County. There's your latest report on traffic. And it's 62 in Port St. Lucie. Stuart, we have 64, and here's our weekend forecast at WPTV.
TGIF. It's a pleasant start to your Friday morning along the Treasure Coast. Temperatures starting off in the mid-60s under mostly clear skies and a few isolated showers popping in mainly around your lunch hour. This afternoon, highs reaching the low 80s under mostly sunny skies and light east winds. A few spotty showers possible throughout your Friday. A nice evening expected, though, as temperatures dip into the mid-70s around sunset with mostly clear skies. Tonight, a mix of stars and clouds with lows in the mid-60s. For the weekend, much of the same weather with temperatures starting off in the mid-60s and highs reaching the low 80s. Lots of sunshine with low rain chances.
Do you have a suggestion for the show? Send us an email. WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. And now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
6:30 right now, the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. And Bonnie, I'm in a great mood. It's Friday. The weekend is here. I'm going to find something to do to keep me busy this weekend. I don't care what's going on. I just want to, enjoy life to its fullest.
Something that I think is still going on, which has piqued my interest, but if I go there, I might want to put my billfold away because I'm always tempted to buy. I believe that Spa Expo is still going on at the Event Center in Port St. Lucie.
Oh,
That was
okay.
once called the Civic Center.
Oh, yes.
So
I think it's
kinds
called
of
the Mid-Florida.
Mid-Florida spa sale event.
Well,
where
the center is called the Mid-Florida
events.
Event Center. I think that's the new name of it.
It
used to
is.
be the Civic Center.
Yeah, that's right. And, I'm seeing on TV these commercials for it where spas are going to be like 50% off.
Oh,
So if I go wander around there tomorrow, I'm probably going to, I need a vehicle. I
Okay.
need to put my money into a car. But I'm just like, I love spas and
Yeah.
I love sitting in a hot tub. And part of me wants to go and browse around and take a look anyway.
Every woman deserves to sit in a spa and just be treated like a queen. It's your birthday, so maybe Gary might just get you that spa for your birthday and just put it right in your backyard.
Well, maybe he won't because we're still going on a trip in May.
Okay,
So
well, you can still go on your trip, and when you come back from your trip, you know what? You're just so tired,
yeah.
and now you just want to relax in your new spa when you come back from your trip?
I might be dreaming, but oh yeah, the spa and plant the beautiful flowers in the yard, which the lovely Deb sent me yesterday.
Yes. Uh-huh.
That plant, I'm going to maybe, make an attempt at that tomorrow and see how my green thumb is and plant them out in the front yard.
I live by a motto in my family: go big or go home. So why not just get the spa, Bonnie? You only live once, right? You may not have that opportunity ever again.
Yeah, I'll get that like eight person hot tub with all of the powerful jets. And
we could just have a party. You're getting an 8-person hot tub.
Yeah.
I'll bring the DJ equipment over and we'll just have us a little wiki.
I love it. Did you ever see the movie Hot Tub Time Machine?
No, I never have.
That's a great movie if you like 80s, and it's all reference to pop culture in the 1980s.
Oh wow.
And it'll give you a good spin on things, and I think that's a fun movie, so it will take you back, Evan.
Okay.
It's a watcher.
All right.
I don't know if it's a keeper, really. Some people purchase the movies, some people rent the movies. If there's like a movie that we really, really love and, we'll break out and watch it at least twice a year, then we'll break down and buy it.
Oh, okay. All right. Very good. Very good. It's a segment now that we like to talk about at this time each and every weekday on the Get Up and Go show. It's our viral video segment that we talk about videos that we scour the internet for, like we do with Stupid News. And we talk about videos that are going viral, such as this one. A little kid runs away from his wrestling match. Okay. Now, this wrestling match between a couple of 2-year-old boys didn't go as expected. They stood face to face on the mat, and when the ref blew the whistle, one of them took off running to the other side of the gym. He was way more interested in running than wrestling, because when they tried it a second time, he ran again.
Well, he should go out for track then. Track and field.
That's a great idea. A great idea.
Yeah. He didn't want anything to do with that wrestling match, did he?
Nothing at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
Nothing at all whatsoever.
Some people just aren't born to fight and wrestle, and some kids are, I guess.
Pretty physical sport, I must say.
Yeah. We used to even have it we had a gym class once where the girls did it.
Uh-huh.
And, we had a circle or some sort of square. And so we had to put our hands behind our backs.
Oh, wait, what's that noise?
And try to bop each other out of the circle.
The train just went by. I felt the room shake.
I know.
Wow.
How was that train ride yesterday? How was Brightline?
I have to tell you, Brightline was great. I enjoyed it. That's my 4th time on Brightline.
Yeah.
I highly recommend, if you want to go down to Miami, it's worth every penny. Okay. It's inexpensive, and it's 1 hour to get to Brickell.
Wow.
1 hour from West Palm Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And it cost me $8 to park my car and leave my car there all day.
Yeah.
At the train station.
That's a great experience.
Yeah.
Some of those experiences, people are hesitant to do it, but then, like you did, you actually went down there and did it and went through the experience. And once you do it once, you find out just how easy it is
great. It's
to
great.
go and park and, travel, and the convenience of getting down to Miami like that.
The train station is very luxurious. It's really nice. Brightline did a great job. They were actually when I was in Miami, they were actually filming a commercial for Brightline right at the station down in Miami. So I think we became part of the commercial.
I have to see
my
it
son
now.
And I, yeah.
Could you imagine if you're in it and I see Evan and his son on the train in the background or walking by?
I want to say good morning to Dan. He's watching from Vero Beach on our Facebook page, on our WSTU Facebook page, and our WSTU Morning Show Facebook page, and our YouTube page. We're just everywhere, Bonnie. I also want to say good morning to Phil Benfield. He's the one who gives us our top 10 list now on a weekly basis every Thursday in the 8 o'clock hour. He's going to be doing that for us as well, Bonnie.
Yeah, we look forward to a funny top 10.
Yeah,
from Phil.
That was a good one yesterday. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, with the cruise line.
Yes, I really enjoyed that one. That was a good one.
Yeah.
There's another viral video out. How many puppies can you fit in a bucket? Okay. I'm willing to bet cash money on this one that this video will put a smile on anybody's face, Bonnie. It's 6 lab retriever puppies trying to squeeze into a shallow bucket. It takes almost a minute for all of them to get in there, but it's worth the wait because, well, what's not to love about a bucket of puppies? And it's so adorable.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. Of course, if you want to give somebody a gift for Christmas or their birthday, you might not want to give them a whole bucket of puppies.
Yeah. Yeah, not a bucket of puppies, just one puppy.
One puppy, and then make sure that they're really wanting a puppy and that they
Mhm.
can take care of it, of course.
Yeah.
That they're well situated to have a friendly puppy in the house.
Definitely so. There's another viral video out. It's about a set of twins. They say siblings are going to argue all the time. Well, not all the time, but sometimes. And they're going to crack each other up also as well. And in this video, they do both at the same time. A mom in Australia filmed her toddler twins, Nate and Beau, sitting in their bed drinking water. There's a wet spot on the bed, so she asked who spilled the water. They accuse each other and argue until they start to scream, and then they switch to giggling, which I think is absolutely hilarious. Listen.
Spilled. Who spilled it?
Night. Bye. Night. No, bye. 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 Night.
That was a high octane in my ear just now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go the rest of the day and not be able to hear well.
How can you not laugh at that video?
And that is typical siblings.
That's adorable.
1 minute they'll be just pushing and shoving and screaming and fighting at one another, and then they'll be like two peas in a pod and getting along gloriously.
Yeah, there's another viral video that I just came across, Bonnie, and this scenario is possibly going to be playing out a lot in the next couple of weeks coming up because of the coronavirus. A college student had to do an online lecture from home. And when Mother Nature called, he had to type in his request for a bathroom break. His professor stops the lecture, reads it out loud, and then says, quote, "Of course you can go to the bathroom." This is hilarious. Let's listen.
I hope it makes more sense. Okay, so you have something. Okay, Professor, go ahead. Type your question. What is it?
Typing. That's him typing.
Yeah.
Okay. Here comes, he's typing his question, what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Take care of his business. Okay. And then professor's going to read it, which I think is hilarious.
Of course you can go to the bathroom. Yes, you can.
Now, imagine this
Oh.
class is an online class and there's other students taking the class, but nobody sees what this student is typing, but the professor. That's the way it's set up.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, the professor throws the poor guy under the bus and gives him permission to go to the bathroom in front of the class.
Yeah.
The virtual
yeah.
class, I say.
Almost better than being there. Just like being there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Totally. I would have been mortified. I think I may have even been scarred for life if that would have happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how about would that affect you if the professor did that?
I would be scarred for life, but I would be walking around red-faced for a while.
Yeah,
I
I'd
guess.
be a little embarrassed.
Yeah, it would. And then a year from now, I would look back and just kind of giggle at it.
Yeah. Hey, Bonnie, did you know that 40% of men don't know the favorite flower of their significant other? Does Gary know what you like?
No, he doesn't, because we're not huge plant and flower people.
Okay.
Like even when Deb brought me the plant with my green thumb, this is going to
Right.
be new to me. I'm not a planter. I'm not a huge flower person. Do you know the favorite flower of Rachel's?
Yeah, she actually likes roses.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
she likes roses.
And I would think that would be the number one favorite of a lady, or even the guys would be a rose. Any special color of rose that she has a favorite of?
Not really. Not really.
I like I think the white roses are really pretty.
Mhm.
I like all the white, and I guess the yellow rose for friendship. I like it when somebody once in a while would send me a friendship rose.
A friendship rose.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Never heard of that before.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the yellow ones are considered the friendship ones.
Okay.
I have a girlfriend that's working at a healthcare place now with
Uh-huh.
nurses' aides in Port St. Lucie. And I've been meaning to send her some friendship ones when she's working there in the afternoon.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I enjoy that. I think that's really cool. A friendship rose. I'll have to remember
Mhm.
that. Did you know that a survey says the top signs that you trust someone is when you give them a key to your house, you let them watch your pets, and you give them the passcode to your phone?
Yeah. I don't know about the passcode of my phone or my computer, but we do have a good friend that we do trust coming into our house when we're gone and taking care of the pets. There's always that one certain someone that I think you have to trust. You know, if you have animals and you know you're going to go away for a weekend or once in a while for a week, you need a vacation. So I think there should be that certain someone that you can trust to come in. Of course, Evan, I don't know about you because you have kids, and I don't know if you leave the kids behind at home to do that matter or what.
Well, you know, my kids, they're old. Well, my son lives at home now. He's, you know, he still lives at home. He's going to be 17. So I trust him with everything. So I'm not, I have no issues with that at all whatsoever.
Oh yeah, like if we had, you know, like if our teenage kids were at home, of course we would, if we had to leave them at home, we would trust them with that matter. But yeah, we do have that friend that lives away that comes in, and we're thankful for it.
Bonnie, did you know the average person smiles 26% less than they think they do, and that 40% of people wake up thinking about their job when they wake up in the morning?
Uh-huh.
And you know, it's crazy. The craziest thing is when I woke up this morning, I had a premonition about something.
What was it?
I'm not going to discuss it on the air.
Oh.
Okay. But my premonition came true when I got to work this morning. The craziest thing. And it's so true. When you have a premonition about things,
Mhm.
things happen that way. And I had that premonition, and the premonition came true.
Woo! And it's Friday the 13th
Oh,
today.
don't even go there, please.
So we can be like very superstitious about that.
Yep.
You know what they call Friday the 13th in Finland?
What?
I guess
What do they call it?
Accident Day.
Accident day?
Yeah.
Really? Everybody's prone to have an accident?
I mean, I'm hoping not.
Okay.
And here we usually have 1 to 3 Friday the 13th a year in the US. And I think the number is no more than 3. And this year, I think we're having 2 Friday the 13th, the one being now. And I think number 2 is coming around in the month of November.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Here's an interesting statistic. 72% of women would never admit that they clean. Oh, my voice cracked. That they only, let me try this again. 74% of women would never admit that they only clean their kitchen oven once a year. And 82% of airline flights will finish on time most days, Bonnie.
82%?
82%. That's staggering facts.
What about the other percent that don't arrive on time?
I don't know.
I don't want to be on that flight. And good gosh, I'm just, hoping that our flight doesn't get postponed or canceled coming up in May.
Nah, I think you'll be all right. I honestly think that.
I hope the
think they're
NFL's going to be all right.
I think everything's going to be okay. MLB, NFL, soccer, hockey, tennis, golf. I think everybody is going to be good.
A little bit of a break is probably what we need, and then resuming. Hopefully.
Time now for news brought to you by Alfa Romeo Stuart, where the rich heritage of Italian motoring is now within reach during the spring acceleration event at the all-new Alfa Romeo Stuart. Get a new 2020 Alfa Romeo Giulia for only $379 a month. Alfa Romeo Stuart, located 3980 Southeast Federal Highway in Stuart, or online at alfaromeostuart.com. Luxury legacy Alfa Romeo Stuart. MSRP $40,640. Rear wheel drive 36-month lease. Total due at signing $5,179. No security deposit plus tax, title, and license with approved credit. Ends March 31st, 2020. It's time from the news. Let's head over to the news desk where Bonnie is standing by. Good morning, Bonnie.
And good morning. The Florida Department of Health says the statewide total of positive coronavirus cases is now at 44. 15 new cases were added yesterday. The death toll is still at 2. Florida's junior U.S. Senator is in self-imposed isolation for the next 14 days. Rick Scott says that while meeting with the president of Brazil on Monday, he was in a room with a person infected with coronavirus, but he feels fine.
Absolutely. I don't have any symptoms. What both my doctor and the Senate doctor told me is that I'm in good shape. Even if I get it down the road, I shouldn't have hardly any symptoms.
Scott says he decided to self-quarantine in an abundance of caution. The coronavirus is prompting Walt Disney World to close for the rest of the month, effective Sunday night. And that coronavirus prompting Disneyland in California to close too. Now Walt Disney World following suit.
The Orlando park will also close along with Disneyland Paris on Monday. All three will not reopen until next month amid the coronavirus pandemic. The parks in Hong Kong and Tokyo were already shut down, and the Shanghai Disney Resort partially reopened earlier this week. Disney Cruise Line will also temporarily halt all new departures starting on Saturday through the end of March. The hotels at Walt Disney World will remain open until further notice. Universal Orlando Resort also announced they will temporarily close its parks, effective at the close of business on Sunday. I'm John Conrad.
And the coronavirus isn't getting in the way of SpaceX's plans. The company has a rocket launch scheduled for tomorrow morning at Cape Canaveral. A Falcon 9 rocket will carry 60 Starlink satellites into orbit. Today was supposed to mark the last day of the 2020 legislative session, but lawmakers will need more time to hammer out a budget thanks to the coronavirus crisis. South Florida Representative Shrevin Jones says weeks ago they were talking about tourism and teacher raises. Now it's all about public health.
This public health part of our budget has gotten a lot of cuts over the years. And so this should be a wake-up call that we need to continue, and we need to properly fund the Department of Health.
Once a budget deal is linked, state law requires a 72-hour cooling off period before a final vote, so the session will not end until at least next week. St. Lucie Public Schools is alerting parents about a comprehensive plan in the event of a school closure as coronavirus concerns continue. At this point in time, Superintendent Wayne Gent does not anticipate any schools will close. However, a letter will be sent home with all students on Friday about the measures in place. The letter was also posted to the school district's website Thursday afternoon with a detailed explanation about the latest plan. The district has developed a comprehensive plan that would allow for home instruction through online sessions and supplemental resources in the event of school closures, the notice reads. So basically, every professional sport has been shut down indefinitely by the coronavirus. That includes the NBA, Major League Baseball, the NHL, the NCAA's March Madness, Major League Soccer, and even the XFL. And there were a few Major League Baseball scores for spring action to run down from last night. Atlanta Braves beat the Detroit Tigers 5-3. The St. Louis Cardinals over Miami Marlins 3-0. And it was the Philadelphia Phillies beating the Tampa Bay Rays by a score of 8-4. Washington Nationals fall to the New York Yankees last night 6-3. And it was 7-5. The Toronto Blue Jays over the Pittsburgh Pirates. Our news time is 6:50. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$6:50, actually $6:51 the time right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, brought to you by Code Red with Bonnie.
Well, we don't have any accidents to report, so all looking good if you're heading out on this Friday morning. And there's your latest look at traffic. It's 64 right now in Stewart. Port St. Lucie has 62. Here's our weekend forecast at WPTV.
TGIF. It's a pleasant start to your Friday morning along the Treasure Coast. Temperatures starting off in the mid 60s under mostly clear skies and a few isolated showers popping in mainly around your lunch hour. This afternoon, highs reaching the low 80s under mostly sunny skies and light east winds. A few spotty showers possible throughout your Friday. A nice evening expected, though, as temperatures dip into the mid-70s around sunset with mostly clear skies. Tonight, a mix of stars and clouds with lows in the mid-60s. For the weekend, much of the same weather with temperatures starting off in the mid-60s and highs reaching the low 80s. Lots of sunshine with low rain chances.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
6:56, the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. And Bonnie, I thought we'd play a little round of Friday the 13th version of Would You Rather. How's that sound? Are you okay with that?
That sounds good, and I'm not superstitious at all about
good.
it.
So, and I'll answer the questions as well.
Yeah.
So you don't feel like you're singled out.
Left out of it.
Exactly. So would you rather have your parents? Would you rather have your parents live with you for the rest of your life, or have your kids live with you for the rest of their lives? Which one?
I want the whole family. I want the whole family with me.
Okay.
On the realistic note, it would be the kids, however, living with me for the rest of my life, because that's how the nature of things are supposed to fall.
Okay, here's another one for you, and I'll answer that question. I'd rather have the kids also as well, because there's a big foundation there. Would you rather have the ability to automatically memorize every book you read, or the ability to know when people are lying?
The ability to... I don't know.
I'm going to go with the lying on that one. I would love to know when somebody's lying.
Well, I think I would like that memorization.
Really?
Because if I ever had to go back to school, it would sure help me a lot in taking my tests.
See, I don't read that much, so that wouldn't benefit me that much. So I'd rather like to know when people are lying to me.
And it helps people in media too. It would help us right here with that radio show, that you could remember every single thing that you can read, you read.
This is true. That's a good point.
To bring it up with knowledge.
That's a very good point. So would you rather have underarm hair that grew 12 inches every day, or a strange disorder where everything you ate tasted like popcorn? Wow.
Oh,
that's a tough one.
That depends how much you love popcorn.
Yeah.
How much do you love it?
I'm not a popcorn guy. So I'd just get my scissors and clip away.
I think me too.
Yeah. I would definitely.
Could you imagine that hair growing out of your armpits like spaghetti?
Man, that wouldn't be good. That would be nasty.
That would be.
Would you rather be unable to tell if someone was male or female without asking, or be unable to remember anybody's name?
To tell if anybody was female or male.
Yeah, I would agree with you there.
Yeah, I have a hard time with names anyway. I wish I could remember names better.
Okay, this one you're going to like, I think. It's kind of funny. Would you rather stutter badly or drool noticeably? Wow. I'd rather stutter, because then people would be looking at me. Well, I don't know. People are going to, I don't know. In my surroundings of meeting people, I've met people that stutter, and I don't look at them badly. So I would rather stutter badly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For job purposes, I think I would rather drool, because especially maybe I could pick the time when I drool, like on the pillow at night and leave it there.
We have to step back for a moment. News is coming up next. We're WSTU Stewart. We're Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next, and more of the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. Don't go anywhere.
On the air, online, covering the Treasure Coast. Get connected with the Get Up and Go Show. And now here's your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Friday, a brand new Friday.
We made it to Friday.
Okay, who's ready for Friday? You get ready.
I'm ready to party!
Are you ready to party, Bonnie?
I'm ready to party it down.
Party it down?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I know you like to dance.
Fun with your hair.
Okay.
I heard Gary told me you're a great dancer.
No, in fact, G says that I dance like the girl from Seinfeld, Ellen on Seinfeld.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm really not that good.
Are you serious?
I don't have all of that
I don't know.
sway and jazz and harmony going on with my dance
I hate
performance.
to tell you this, but I've seen some video of you dancing.
You have.
Yes, Gary has shared some video with me of you dancing, and I must say I'm pretty impressed. Yes, I'm pretty impressed. You can cut up a rug.
Was that me dancing with my stepdaughter Topanga and I
I'm not
or
going to
anything?
say anything.
Did he share? Gary, are you sharing things
I'm
that
not going to say nothing at all.
with the
but
public to see that I don't want to be seen?
I saw you can cut up a rug. Definitely so. You're a pretty good dancer.
Well, we don't have a rug in the living room. In fact, we should because we have a hard marble floor.
That's a figure of speech.
I should have placemats if I'm dancing there because
Well,
one could split head
Just go
open.
buy a throw rug at your local store
Right
somewhere.
on.
You know, get a throw rug.
I'm afraid to get a brand new rug now because my kitty he likes to claw things and I'm afraid he will scratch it
So
up.
your cat's not declawed?
One of the kitties is not declawed.
Okay. Do you have one of those like scratching posts?
Yeah, I
Okay.
do.
All right.
And sometimes it's when he decides when he plans on using it. And
All
if I
right.
hear him clawing anything else, I have to chase him around the living room.
All right. No problem. 7:08 on the Get Up and Go Show. It's time for birthdays, anniversaries, and back in the day. And Bonnie, as always, I toss it to you to wish anybody you want a happy birthday that you may know of, or that comes up on your Facebook feed.
Well, I guess a happy early birthday to my good buddy Pete from Central Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. When's Pete's birthday?
Pete Zyber's birthday is coming up. I think it's coming up right around your birthday on the 17th. You might be sharing it with
Do you have
Pete.
Pete's phone number?
I can get it.
Could you really?
Yeah.
Because you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to call Pete while we're on the air live next week.
Okay.
And we'll wish him a happy birthday live on the radio.
And you know where we might reach him, Evan, is in his palatial palace, which is his across the road truck.
Across the road
He's
truck?
a cross-road truck driver.
Oh, he's a trucker.
He drives a really huge rig. He goes cross-country.
Wow, that's an exciting thing.
And he often...
Breaker 19, Smokey on the horizon. Slow down.
And he'll take a picture of something really nice, some nice scenery out on the road, and
Okay.
he'll, put on Facebook, "This is home this morning." I'm home this morning.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, let's get right to the birthdays and anniversaries and back of the day, Bonnie. Michaela Schifrin, 25 years old today. That's the 2018 Olympic gold medal skier.
Oh, and she's turning 25 today.
25, and she got a gold medal.
That's
All right.
just really impressive.
Kaya Scodelario is 28. That's Karina in Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Lies, and Teresa in the Maze Runner movies.
She plays Karina.
Yeah.
There's I like the name Karina. I only
That's
know
a pretty cool name. I like that
only
name.
know one girl from school that was named Karina.
Okay.
And this is the first time I've run upon it since knowing that girl from school.
All right. Danny Masterson is 44 years old today.
Hyde from That 70s Show.
Oh, you know who that is.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
you
plays.
got me.
He plays that cool, laid back one on That
Okay.
70s Show.
All right. You got me on that one because I had no idea who that was.
Yeah,
I'm not much of a TV guy.
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I have maybe, I want to say 5 or 6 shows that I watch,
Mhm.
and that's it. I'm not much of a TV guy. Don't really like watching movies. I'll watch Law and Order or
Yeah.
those, CSI, because the wife likes that stuff.
Right.
So I kind of got addicted to those shows. And it's like, and I'll hate coming in like halfway through an episode and then you're just stuck because you're like, you're in the plot and you
Mhm.
want to see who did it.
Right.
You just can't walk away. And as much as you need to take a bathroom break, you just don't want to walk away.
Yep. The one show I did get into is This Is Us, and I've been all about season 4 lately.
Okay.
It's actually pretty good. And I like Your Wife. I kind of like the ID shows, and,
Yeah.
I like to watch Dateline and 48 Hours and
Okay.
all that nonsense.
I used to love watching To Catch a Predator. That's a
Oh.
great show.
That sounds like a good show.
It's a really. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah. Is that the one where they
They set up the
scored
hidden cameras,
someone in?
right? And
and-
they reel somebody in.
Yeah.
They have somebody acting as like a 14-year-old, and it's actually an adult, and they just reel them into this house, and the cameras are there, and they pop them. They arrest them
Wow.
right on the spot.
Is that show on anymore?
I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, I do remember watching it though. They really caught some real criminals like
Yeah.
that on the
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely without a doubt. David Draymond is 47. That's Disturbed Screamer. You know who that is?
Disturbed.
Disturbed.
That Disturbed is like, he's how old? 47?
47.
I wonder if he still can scream like that.
I don't know.
But Disturbed is one of those bands where like I got into heavy metal,
Okay.
but I think I'll be honest, Metallica was probably as hard as I could reach.
I like Metallica. They're a great rock band. They really are.
Megadeth and Disturbed was going a little bit beyond where I couldn't never handle the speed metal.
See, if I were to meet you on the street and try to categorize you for music,
Yeah.
I would categorize you as a Southern rock kind of girl.
And I like that whole
Like
score
Molly
too.
Hatchet,
Yeah.
Leonard Skinnerd, that kind of genre of music.
And-
That's the way I would read into you.
Actually, you're right, Evan. And we had Denise in here last Friday, my good friend Denise from Claremont.
Right.
Her and I are both into the Eagles.
Oh.
And that's a score of Southern rock as well.
Now, so you said the Eagles, and right off the bat, the first thing that pops into my mind is Take It to the Limit and Lion Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
The medley in Lion Eyes, it's just, I love that song.
Oh, me
Great
too.
tune.
Yeah, Witchy Woman too.
Oh, that's another one. We could just go on and on. Name
Sparks
that
fly,
tune.
sparks fly from her fingertips.
You're just a plethora of information this morning. The bassist from YouTube, Adam Clayton, is 60 years old today, Bonnie.
The bassist Adam Clayton from U2.
Yes,
is
from U2.
60. Now, are
Yes.
you a U2 fan as well?
I'm not a big U2 fan at all. I don't like their music, unfortunately.
Oh, wow.
How about you?
You don't like Sunday, Bloody Sunday,
No.
and New Year's Day, and
No.
like their early stuff like that?
Nope, don't. Just never got
Oh,
into that.
Wow. No, I really like them for sure.
Yeah.
And especially, it's that vintage video in my mind where they're on the rooftop
Right.
in the video where the streets have no name.
Exactly.
Classic.
Exactly. Paris Hilton's mom is celebrating a birthday today. Kathy Hilton, the better half of Rick Hilton, 61 years old. And I actually know Rick Hilton. I've actually interviewed Rick Hilton before on my syndicated radio program that I used to have many, many years ago. I did a syndicated show for about 15 years, and Rick Hilton was a guest on my show.
Did he invite you to come out and hang out at his palatial palace?
Well, he's got quite a few palatial palaces all over the world.
I know, you could have picked one.
I know, right?
So-
I'll go Hilton here, Hilton there, Hilton everywhere.
Holy mackerel. Were you able to go and, sit style in one for a while,
Well,
Evan?
it's funny you say that because where we broadcasted from was the lobby of one of his Hiltons.
Oh, that's really
So we
really
interviewed
cool.
him there. There was a big convention there, and he showed up, and we had him on for about a half hour.
But now Paris Hilton, I can't believe that her mom is only 61.
61
I
years
thought
old.
she would be older than
No,
that.
not at all.
Man,
Not
that's
at all.
weird.
Dana Delaney is 64. That's Hand of God, Exit to Eden. William H. Macy is 70. Frank Gallagher on Showtime Shameless.
He's a good actor. He's a
Yeah.
good character actor.
Okay.
And
Now-
the one that's married to the lady from Desperate Housewives who was recently under fire for the college exams
Okay.
scandal, Felicity Huffman,
Okay.
who when she was the one that really just did what she had to do and went into jail for the 14 days
Yes, exactly.
and pleaded the guilty plea.
Exactly. Remember Chato?
Chato.
Chato? What was her famous line?
Oh, Charo, with
Right?
the she had that shake going on.
Yeah, she had the little chest shimmy going on there. Don't you be doing that in studio here, Bonnie.
I don't know.
Okay, we
can't
got
do
people
it like
watching, so
her.
don't do that, okay?
She had that accent too when she
Yeah.
did it, kind of like a Sofia Vergara
Yes,
thing
she had
going
that
on
Spanish
with her.
accent. Now, it says that she's 69 or 79 on my sheets.
But
They're
we
not
can't
sure.
tell.
We can't tell. Okay.
How old would you guess her to be?
I would have to put her at about 79 years old.
You know what? She's been around for so many years. I think ever since I was a little bitty kid.
Yeah.
I would guess her at 79 too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now she might beg to differ, and maybe we'll be getting a phone call.
Okay. I'm going to name a couple of songs here.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me who the artist is, because this artist is celebrating his 81st birthday. How about Calendar Girl?
Neil Sedaka.
Very good, Bonnie. Wow,
And-
you surprised me.
And Laughter in the Rain.
Oh, and happy birthday, Sweet 16. Breaking Up is Hard to Do, which was released in 1962.
Oh, yeah. He had some good ones, didn't he?
He has one of those soft, sultry voices.
Yeah.
You would never imagine that voice coming out of him,
Uh-huh.
you know?
I know. Kind of like his songs remind me of, what takes me back to is Todd Rundgren. Hello, It's Me.
Oh, I love that song. Hello, It's Me.
I think that's my favorite one from the 1970s.
I like Bang the Drum All Day by Todd Rundgren.
I do too.
That is a great song.
He's a songwriter, singer, producer. He's produced a lot of records
Yep.
for a lot of the big names. I think he was a producer of Meatloaf's Bad Out of Hell.
I think so.
Hell, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I got to say good morning to the wife. She just texted me this morning. She said good morning. So I'm saying good morning to Rachel and happy birthday to Rachel.
Happy birthday, Rachel.
That's right. It's another birthday for Rachel. We'll chalk that one up on the scoreboard. And then, of course, I'll probably wind up buying another Carvel ice cream cake today. Who knows?
Wow, she really
if the shelves haven't
keeps
been
you
cleared
running.
out of ice cream cakes by now, like they're clearing everything else out.
Buy her some toilet paper. She might like that better.
Bonnie, no, I'm not going to buy her toilet paper
I wouldn't-
because she'll get the wrong idea.
I wouldn't be upset if Gary came home with toilet paper right now.
No, because then I'd have to use the word of the day from the other day. We can't do that.
Okay.
No.
We didn't have a new word for today,
No,
did we?
we haven't figured out the word today.
Maybe I know what.
Can you come up
today's-
with a word of
yeah.
the day? What's today's word of the day?
It should be healthy, because everybody, with all of these cancellations and postponements, we're all on our way to getting healthy.
Okay.
And staying healthy for the reasons.
Okay.
So that should be our word.
Okay. So healthy.
Healthy.
Speaking of healthy, when I was down in Miami yesterday, hanging out with my kid and having lunch, I noticed, and I asked my son this, like every 3 or 4 people that walked by had workout clothes on, like yoga pants, jogging pants, workout tops. And I looked at Dylan and I was like, why is it like this? And he said, this is the trend. This is what everybody wears down in Miami. That's the style.
Yeah, and if you ever go to South Miami Beach and you start to look around, I look around and I start feeling a little, I shouldn't say ugly. I feel a little bit less attractive
Well,
than they
don't
do.
even say that. You're an attractive woman. let's just say you may feel out of place
a little
because
bit less attractive
you
when I
dress
go down there.
conservatively, and in South Miami they dress unconservatively. 7:20 right now. It's news time. All brought to you by Discovery Senior Living. Bonnie is sitting at the news desk, attractively waiting to deliver the headlines this morning. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. And the Florida Department of Health says the statewide total of positive coronavirus cases is now at 44. 15 new cases were added yesterday. The death toll is still at 2. Florida's junior U.S. senator is in self-imposed isolation for the next 14 days. Rick Scott says that while meeting with the president of Brazil on Monday, he was in a room with a person infected with coronavirus, but he feels fine.
Absolutely. I don't have any symptoms. What both my doctor and the Senate doctor told me is that I'm in good shape. Even if I get it down the road, I shouldn't have hardly any symptoms.
Scott says he decided to self-quarantine in an abundance of caution. And the coronavirus is prompting Disneyland in California to close, and now Walt Disney World is following suit.
The Orlando park will also close along with Disneyland Paris on Monday. All three will not reopen until next month amid the coronavirus pandemic. The parks in Hong Kong and Tokyo were already shut down, and the Shanghai Disney Resort partially reopened earlier this week. Disney Cruise Line will also temporarily halt all new departures starting on Saturday through the end of March. The hotels at Walt Disney World will remain open until further notice. Universal Orlando Resort also announced they will temporarily close its parks, effective at the close of business on Sunday. I'm John Conrad.
The coronavirus isn't getting in the way of SpaceX's plans. The company has a rocket launch scheduled for tomorrow morning at Cape Canaveral. A Falcon 9 rocket will carry 60 Starlink satellites into orbit. Well, today was supposed to mark the last day of the 2020 legislative session, but lawmakers will need more time to hammer out a budget thanks to the coronavirus crisis. South Florida Representative Chevron Jones says a week ago they were talking about tourism and teacher raises. Now it's all about public health.
Unfortunately, this public health part of our budget has gotten a lot of cuts over the years. And so this should be a wake-up call that we need to continue, and we need to properly fund the Department of Health.
Once a budget deal is linked, state law requires a 72-hour cooling off period before a final vote, so the session will not end until at least next week. A school bus was involved in a crash with another vehicle Thursday afternoon in Fort Pierce, sending 10 students to the hospital. The wreck happened around 3:50 p.m. at the intersection of 25th Street and Avenue I. St. Lucie Public Schools said the bus was transporting St. Lucie Elementary students home when it was involved in a crash. 3 of the students were transported to Lawnwood Hospital by ambulance, while 7 students were taken to the hospital by their parents, according to St. Lucie School spokeswoman Lydia Martin. The district said the injuries do not appear serious. Martin said all students were cleared by medical personnel at the scene and allowed to board another bus home. The driver of the bus was not injured, and local law enforcement is investigating the cause of the wreck. Well, there's more trouble for the former head of the Florida Coalition Against Domestic Violence. She is now facing a possible contempt charge. Tiffany Carr now has to explain to lawmakers why she didn't show at an ethics committee hearing Thursday morning. That's after being served a subpoena via Twitter. Ethics Chair Tom Leek of Daytona Beach said Carr being out of state has become a barrier in the committee's effort to get the coalition's CEO to appear and explain an exorbitant salary package. Committee members have been investigated allegations Carr, with the help of her board, paid herself millions in public dollars rather than the 42 domestic violence shelters the coalition financially supports. Lawmakers also heard troubling new testimony from shelter directors who operated under the coalition's umbrella. Meg Baldwin with Refuge House in Tallahassee said she felt disgust when she heard of Carr's alleged actions. She testified a tight budget last year forced her North Florida shelter to turn away nearly 800 women requesting housing assistance. And it's 7:25. And in sports, basically every professional sport has been shut down indefinitely by the coronavirus. That includes the NBA, Major League Baseball, the NHL, the NCAA's March Madness, Major League Soccer, and even the XFL. And of course, on Major League Baseball, opening day was originally scheduled for March 26th, but that's not happening. For now, Major League Baseball has pushed back the start of the season at least 2 weeks, but it could be extended further. And there were some baseball scores from yesterday. Atlanta Braves 5-3 over Detroit Tigers. St. Louis Cardinals over Miami Marlins 3-0. Philadelphia Phillies beat the Tampa Bay Rays 8-4. And the New York Yankees win. They beat Washington Nationals 6-3 yesterday, and it was 7-5. The Toronto Blue Jays over Pittsburgh Pirates. News time is 7:26, and we'll be back with weather and traffic together.
7:26 the time of the Get Up and Go show. It just clicked over to 7:27. It's time for traffic and weather together, brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, Evan, it's we're not seeing any traffic on the roads right now, any accidents to report. I-95, the Turnpike, everything looking clear throughout Martin and St. Lucie County this morning. There's your latest look at traffic. And it's a clear sky in Port St. Lucie, 60 degrees. It's 63 in Stewart. Here's our weekend weather at WPTV.
TGIF, it's a pleasant start to your Friday morning along the Treasure Coast. Temperatures starting off in the mid-60s under mostly clear skies and a few isolated showers popping in mainly around your lunch hour. This afternoon, highs reaching the low 80s under mostly sunny skies and light east winds. A few spotty showers possible throughout your Friday. A nice evening expected, though, as temperatures dip into the mid-70s around sunset with mostly clear skies. Tonight, a mix of stars and clouds with lows in the mid-60s. For the weekend, much of the same weather with temperatures starting off in the mid-60s and highs reaching the low 80s. Lots of sunshine with low rain chances.
The Get Up and Go Show would love to hear from you live on the air. Give them a call anytime at 772-220-WSTU. That's 772-220-9788. Now let's get back to the program. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
And now for the Peace Day Resistance.
Hang on to your breakfast, everybody.
Yeah, hang on to your breakfast because it's Friday.
Did you have any breakfast this morning,
I
Evan?
did. I had my morning bag of muffins at 5:50 that I do every single morning with my cranberry. Well, I threw it away, but my cranberry juice. Okay, and then at 9 o'clock, once we get the 9 o'clock show going, I'll go sit out in the green room, and I'll have my my other breakfast that I have. So I eat twice in the morning.
Yeah, good for you. You know, they say you should have a good, complete breakfast in order to
Yes.
lose the weight. It
Yes,
tends you to eat
definitely,
less in the rest of the day.
Without a doubt. So, Bonnie, it's time for one of your, and I mean, I honestly think this is getting to become your literally favorite segment of the morning show, right?
Oh, by the way, I have some stupid news headlines to go with the stupid news this morning.
Here we go. You like the way I'm picking my banjo?
Yeah, you're starting to play that more and more better each and every morning.
Yeah. I took lessons yesterday from a good friend of mine. I actually met up with the old man down the road, and he taught me how to play the banjo real quick.
Does the old man down the road have a barn? Like a
He
barn?
does.
We can come and use the barn. You know, like with this banjo and the fiddling, it kind of takes me to where I want to go into a barn and smell that barnyard smell.
Yeah.
And do a little two-step.
Yeah. Here's some news from the world of McDonald's. Got to go there. There's almost something comforting during these unprecedented times and seeing people still doing the same dumb stuff they did before the world went crazy. There's a 23-year-old guy named Tyler in Holiday, Florida. And this past Wednesday night, he got into an argument with someone in his house. So Tyler picked up a McDonald's McDouble and threw it at the person's head. Then he threw a 3-pound vaping device at them as well. Tyler got arrested for domestic aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. A deadly weapon.
Yeah.
So they're calling a McDonald's double a deadly weapon.
Well, seriously, it is a deadly weapon now if Tyler touched it, and with the virus going around and
True.
You know, throwing anything around and acting so kind of violent like that when you're
Yeah.
out in public now. Man,
A deadly weapon.
Was
They
he
called
arrested?
a McDouble. Yes, a McDouble is a deadly weapon now.
and it wouldn't have been a deadly weapon if he threw just a single hamburger at him.
You know, it would have been nice if he just would have taken the beef patty itself and slung it like a Frisbee. But the whole darn
Yeah.
thing
That was in Holiday, Florida.
in Holiday,
I
Florida.
never heard. I've heard of Hollywood, but I haven't heard of
Well, you've heard
Holiday
of Christmas,
before.
Florida, right?
I have.
Okay. Well, Holiday, Florida's, I think, down south
No kidding.
somewhere.
That's the first time I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Let's go to Leeds, England. How about we go across the pond?
Yeah, sounds
Where-
good.
A teenager was sent home from school after he was caught selling shots of hand sanitizer to his fellow students for 50 cents a pop.
Well, he's trying to help out the school. I mean,
His mother posted a picture of him arriving home early after his entrepreneurial exploits at his school. In her Facebook post, she wrote that it was hard to discipline the boy after his father called to say he was a legend. Meanwhile, the kid plans to use the $12 he made to buy a baseball glove.
good. You know, that boy is going to go far in life, Evan.
Nobody from school is available for comment.
Little entrepreneur right there. You know, if you and
Selling-
I could develop our very own hand sanitizer right now and sell it on the web,
You know,
I bet we'd be rich.
My wife said that if we can't find hand sanitizer,
Yeah.
she has a home recipe to make it.
Does she? You could call You could call that one Evanizer.
Yeah, that or the Ninerizer,
Yeah.
the Evanizer. Oh, I like that name.
Mine would be the Bonizer.
I better call the Department of Patents to patent that name, the Evanizer.
Yeah, that you could just make a killing off that right now, and you know, and good for
Oh,
that
don't
guy.
say that word, killing off of it.
Well,
That was a wrong terminology.
I guess it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't intended
You're
though.
killing
you know,
off
and
of hand sanitizer.
yeah, no pun intended. I
Yeah,
guess.
no pun intended.
Gee.
All right, let's go to Iowa, where a judge has ordered a psychological evaluation of a Kansas man who asked the judge to let him engage in a sword fight with his ex-wife and her attorney so that he can rend their souls from their bodies. Why would you ask a judge? Okay,
Wow.
I mean, that's stupidity at its best.
He's delusional.
Delusional, that's an understatement. Delusional.
Have you ever been out to one of those events where they've had sword fights? And
Yes.
I want to go to one of those where they have like it was in the day of the Knights of the Round Table, and
Okay.
you can dress up and, go out into the yards and see all the fights and stuff.
All right.
What's it called? Like a Renaissance Fest?
Renaissance Fest.
I've never
exactly.
been to one. And
All right.
I hear
They
it's
have
fun.
those up in Kissimmee, Florida.
Oh, do they?
Yes. I can't remember the name of the place, but they do have those in Kissimmee,
I
Florida.
think they have one in the St. Pete's area that goes on too,
Yeah.
St. Petersburg.
Definitely so. But if I was in front of a judge, I would not ask that to the judge.
No.
That's stupidity at its best.
He might go away for a while for being delusional.
Yeah. We're going to stay over across the pond where a thief who threatened the shop worker with a knife targeted A1 convenience store in King's Standing, Birmingham, shortly before 10:30 at night. Closed circuit TV shows the offender dressed head to toe in black with a balaclava across his face, brandishing a large blade as he demands cash from the manager. But the shopkeeper can be seen reaching beneath the counter before lobbing a handful, get this, a handful of chili powder in the
Good.
guy's face.
Chili powder.
Chili powder.
Now,
The
why didn't I
stunned-
think of that?
The stunned man stumbled back as he is engulfed in the orange cloud of chili powder, and he dashes from the store, bumping into things, and he ran right through the plate glass of the door because he couldn't see.
Neat. He just gave me an idea. I'm going to start carrying chili powder with me.
Right?
And the hottest of the hot sauces.
It's almost
That's a really good
it's
idea.
almost like carrying what's that spray? Pepper spray.
Pepper spray.
It's almost like
Yeah.
carrying pepper spray, except it's chili powder.
If you're out of it, now just reach up in your
Yeah.
cupboard.
Okay.
There you have it.
Over in Britain, an amusement arcade owner replaced all the toys inside the claw machines. You know those claw machines where you put like 50 cents in
Mhm.
and the claw comes down?
Yeah, I play one every now and then.
Take
I
a wild,
I never get lucky.
Take a wild guess what he replaced all the toys with.
Hand sanitizers.
You're close. Toilet paper.
All right.
Rolls of toilet paper.
Oh,
Eddie Chapman, the owner of Chapman's Funland.
that's brilliant.
Yeah. The owner of Chapman's Funland in England said he decided to replace the toys in the claw machines with toilet paper rolls amid shortages stemming from customers stocking up over the virus. Wow, that's interesting.
Hmm.
Very, very interesting.
Remember the commercial with Mr. Whipple? Ladies,
Oh my gosh, Mr. Whipple.
don't squeeze.
Please don't squeeze the Charmin.
Yep.
Wow, Mr. Whipple. I
Mr.
remember
Whipple.
that guy.
Yep.
Wow.
Those were the days. And I remember the Kelganite one too. Kelganite, take me away.
Oh, Calgon. Yes, Calgon.
Oh,
Take
or
me away.
Kelgon. I don't know
Yes,
why
Calgon.
I always
Calgonite.
call it
That
Kelganite.
sounds like an explosive.
And I don't know why I call it that. Calgon, take me away.
All right. Seems like we're staying in England a lot lately because there's a 57-year-old businessman named Maurice. And back in May of this past year, he left a golf tournament in his $520,000 Rolls Royce Phantom, and the cops tried to pull the guy over. But Maurice made his chauffeur get into a police chase to try to get away from them. When they eventually caught them, Maurice admitted he'd made his driver get in the chase because he was in the back having intimate relations with a woman who wasn't his wife.
Oh, gee.
So he didn't want to get caught, so he told his driver to run away.
Mm-hmm. He
Well-
really put his chauffeur in a position right there.
Yep. He was in court this week and got an 8-month suspended sentence and some fines for dangerous driving. The guy that was driving, as far as Maurice in the back, they threw him in the pokey for 30 days
Mm-hmm.
as a lesson to be learned.
Maurice is going to be, and once he gets home from the pokey, he's going to be in the doghouse
Yeah.
sleeping,
Definitely so.
sleeping in the backyard.
Let's go to Louisiana, where a couple accused of swiping more than $1,000 worth of beer from the shelves of Target stores was arrested on theft charges Sunday. East Baton Rouge Sheriff began investigating the beer burglaries last week. According to the agency, the couple made 6 runs to 2 Baton Rouge Target locations less than 10 miles from each other and stocked up on beer, $1,000 worth, and thought they could get away with it.
Wow.
Well, they got caught thanks to closed circuit TV.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if people are stocking up on beer right now, like they are with the toilet paper. Afraid they're gonna run out of beer if they catch the virus.
Man, beer here, beer there, beer everywhere.
It kind of reminds you of hurricane time this time, doesn't it? Back when we had Francis and Jean, or even Irma. I mean, Irma, the Matthew, the hurricanes of late, where people are just kind of like freaking out and stocking up.
Speaking of toilet paper,
as
the virus scare prompts panic runs on toilet paper worldwide, a man in Florida was arrested yesterday at 1 a.m. This just happened in 1 a.m. on a theft of some 2-ply bathroom tissue from the neighbor's vehicle. Police allege that this perpetrator burglarized a Dodge truck parked in the driveway of the residence next door to his home. They had a Ring video doorbell who recorded the whole entire incident.
Mm-hmm.
And now the guy has to clean up his act.
Yeah, if you don't want your vehicle broken into and your windows smashed, don't leave that Charmin right there laying out in the open.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Here's a funny story. This definitely makes stupid news. Saudi Arabia state-owned oil company Aramco has been forced to apologize for using one of its employees as a human stand for a hand sanitizing gel dispenser. The oil giant attracted several people criticizing them this week after photos of one of its employees wearing a bodysuit with a hand sanitizer attached and a medical mask on his face started circulating social media, Bonnie. So picture a guy in a big hand sanitizer Halloween costume with a spout coming out of it, and people walk up to it and they pump the spout.
Right.
And out comes hand sanitizer.
Mm-hmm. He's, well, I guess he's there to help.
I guess so. Lastly, on Tuesday, Jenna Evans was on a high-speed train that was racing down the tracks. Her fiance by her side. When some bad guys appeared, there was only one way to protect her 2.4 carat diamond engagement ring because she didn't want it stolen. You know what she did?
What did she do?
Take a guess how she protected it. Take a guess. I'll give you 3 guesses, Bonnie.
She put it in her bra.
No, that's guess 1 is wrong.
I don't know. She hid it underneath a maple leaf.
Nope. A maple leaf on a train. Where would you get a maple leaf on a train?
Maybe a leaf kind of blew into the train's window there.
She swallowed it.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. She swallowed it.
Oh.
She popped it off, put it in her mouth, drank a glass of water, and swallowed it. She went to bed and then woke up. Here's the whole catch of it. It was a dream.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yep. She woke up.
Oh.
She was relieved when she woke up to find out that the whole thing was a complete dream.
Wow. That sounds like something out of a mystery movie or something.
Right?
You know?
A complete dream, Bonnie.
Yeah. I was just going to say drastic times take drastic measures. And if she really did it, I would believe that she would do it. But it's a good thing it was just a dream.
Yeah. 7:45, it's news time. All brought to you by the all-new Maserati Stewart, where you can spring into savings with the rich heritage of Italian motoring that is now within reach. The all-new Maserati Stewart. Get a brand new 2019 Levante for just $799 a month or 0% financing. Maserati Stewart, located 3980 Southeast Federal Highway in Stewart, or online at MaseratiStewart.com. Luxury Legacy Maserati Stewart. MSRP $79,000, all-wheel drive, 39-month lease, $8,999 due at signing, plus tax, title, licensing. No security deposit with approved credit. See dealer for details. Offer ends April the 2nd. Let's head on over to the news desk where Bonnie is standing by. Bonnie, good morning.
And good morning. The Florida Department of Health says the statewide total of positive coronavirus cases is now at 44. 15 new cases were added yesterday. The death toll is still at 2. Florida's junior U.S. Senator is in self-imposed isolation for the next 14 days. And Rick Scott says that while meeting with the president of Brazil on Monday, he was in a room with a person infected with coronavirus, but he feels fine.
Absolutely. I don't have any symptoms. What both my doctor and the Senate doctor told me is that I'm in good shape. Even if I get it down the road, I shouldn't have hardly any symptoms.
Scott says he decided to self-quarantine in abundance of caution, and the coronavirus is prompting Disneyland in California to close, and now Walt Disney World is following suit.
The Orlando park will also close along with Disneyland Paris on Monday. All three will not reopen until next month amid the coronavirus pandemic. The parks in Hong Kong and Tokyo were already shut down, and the Shanghai Disney Resort partially reopened earlier this week. Disney Cruise Line will also temporarily halt all new departures starting on Saturday through the end of March. The hotels at Walt Disney World will remain open until further notice. Universal Orlando Resort also announced they will temporarily close its parks, effective at the close of business on Sunday. I'm John Conrad.
Today was supposed to mark the last day of the 2020 legislative session, but lawmakers will need more time to hammer out a budget thanks to the coronavirus crisis. South Florida Representative Chevron Jones says weeks ago they were talking about tourism and teacher raises. Now it's all about public health.
Unfortunately, this public health part of our budget has gotten a lot of cuts over the years. And so this should be a wake-up call that we need to continue, and we need to properly fund the Department of Health.
Once a budget deal is inked, state law requires a 72-hour cooling-off period before a final vote, so the session will not end until at least next week. St. Lucie Public Schools is alerting parents about a comprehensive plan in the event of a school closure as coronavirus concerns continue. At this point in time, Superintendent Wayne Gent does not participate. Any schools will close. However, a letter will be sent home with all students on Friday about the measures in place. The letter was also posted to the school district's website Thursday afternoon with a detailed explanation about the latest plan. The district has developed a comprehensive plan that would allow for home instruction through online lessons and supplemental resources in the event of school closures, the notice reads. And a school bus was involved in a crash with another vehicle Thursday afternoon in Fort Pierce, sending 10 students to the hospital. The wreck happened around 3:50 p.m. at intersection of 25th Street and Avenue I. St. Lucie Public Schools said the bus was transporting St. Lucie Elementary students home when it was involved in a crash. 3 of the students were transported to Lawnwood Hospital by ambulance, while 7 students were taken to the hospital by their parents. According to St. Lucie Schools spokeswoman Lydia Martin, the district said the injuries do not appear serious. Martin said all other students were cleared by medical personnel at the scene and allowed to board another bus home. The driver of the bus was not injured, and local law enforcement is investigating the cause of the wreck. Finally, there's more trouble for the former head of the Florida Coalition Against Domestic Violence. She's now facing a possible contempt charge. Tiffany Carr now has to explain to lawmakers why she didn't show at an ethics committee meeting hearing Thursday morning. And that's after being served a subpoena via Twitter. Ethics Chair Tom Leek of Daytona Beach said Carr being out of state has become a barrier in the committee's effort to get the coalition CEO to appear and explain an exorbitant salary package. Committee members have been investigated allegations Carr, with the help of her board, paid herself millions in public dollars rather than the 42 domestic violence shelters the coalition financially supports. So every professional sport has been shut down indefinitely by the coronavirus That includes now the NBA, Major League Baseball, the NHL, the NCAA's March Madness, Major League Soccer, and even the XFL. We do have a Major League Baseball scores to report from last night. A few: Atlanta Braves 5-3 over Detroit Tigers. The St. Louis Cardinals last night beat the Miami Marlins 3-0. New York Yankees winning over Washington Nationals 6-3. Tampa Bay Rays get beat by the Phillies 8-4, and the Toronto Blue Jays over Pittsburgh Pirates 7-5. Our news time is 7:51. Traffic and weather together coming up.
$7:52, the time to Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, Federal Highway's looking good right now, and for both Martin and St. Lucie County, it's looking like it's a good ride on our turnpike. I-95 clear right here. Drive safe. There's your latest look at traffic. A nice morning, too. It's a clear sky. It's 64 right here in Stewart, and here's our forecast at WPTV.
TGIF, it's a pleasant start to your Friday morning along the Treasure Coast. Temperatures starting off in the mid-60s under mostly clear skies and a few isolated showers popping in mainly around your lunch hour. This afternoon, highs reaching the low 80s under mostly sunny skies and light east winds. A few spotty showers possible throughout your Friday. A nice evening expected, though, as temperatures dip into the mid-70s around sunset with mostly clear skies. Tonight, a mix of stars and clouds with lows in the mid-60s. For the weekend, much of the same weather with temperatures starting off in the mid-60s and highs reaching the low 80s. Lots of sunshine with low rain chances.
The Get Up and Go Show would love to hear from you live on the air. Give them a call at any time, 772-220-WSTU. That's 772-220-9788. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go Show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
7:58, the Get Up and Go Show. And Bonnie, man, 2 hours just flew by this morning.
The whole week flies by entirely.
And it goes to show you that when you're having fun, things really fly by.
They do. And, the whole weekend is going to fly by for us, too.
No, don't say that. I
do you
don't
have
want
plans?
the weekend. I know. I'm going to stay home. I have no events to DJ or anything. I have no baseball to do because we're on that break right now.
Mhm.
So all baseball operations have been shut down. But I'm going to do what's called a chillax weekend.
Yeah.
Because I haven't had one of those in a very long time. And, I've got my birthday to prepare for, which is on St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be doing anything for my birthday. I'm just going to relax.
Okay.
I'm just going to come in. I'm going to do my normal radio show with you.
You're going to do
my
the
work
adult
life.
kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm going to do the adult thing. I'm going to do some adulting. I don't indulge in alcohol, so I'm not going to go out and have an adult beverage anywhere. I'm just going to chillax.
Yeah.
And I'm going to work with the work wife on my birthday.
That's awesome.
And then I'll spend
that's
the other part of my birthday with my real wife.
just like I spent my birthday with you yesterday, right here.
Did you have a good time yesterday?
I did, and I even made it to my other job yesterday. So it was kind of like
why wouldn't have you made it to your other job though?
well, because it was my birthday. I could
Okay.
have gone out to party instead,
Okay.
but I
All right.
I chose wisely, and
Okay.
I chose to show up and be there.
All right, folks, we're going to step back. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next, and then the third and final hour of the Palatial Radio broadcast.
On the air, online, covering the Treasure Coast. Get connected with the Get Up and Go show. And now here's your host, Evan and Bonnie.
It's Friday, a brand new Friday.
We made it to Friday.
Okay, who's ready for Friday? You get ready.
I'm ready to party!
Are you ready?
Yeah! Yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know about you, Bonnie, but I'm ready to party. How about you?
Oh, yeah.
I'm
It's
ready.
Friday.
I'm ready to really not
Let's go have some fun.
go to a party, maybe crash a party. No,
Oh, are
I'm,
you a party crasher?
No, I'm ready to maybe go out to a lovely dinner tomorrow night.
You don't
That's my
seem
kind
like
of party.
the type that's a party crasher.
I'm really, I haven't been recently.
Okay.
Are you a party crash? You're a wedding crasher.
I'm a
I
wedding
know
crasher.
you do crash
Hey,
the
I'm
weddings.
the life of the party at a wedding. That's all I got to tell you.
I bet you get to eat for free just about every weekend.
Could you
don't
imagine that if G and I were to get together and go do a wedding together as co-MCs, nobody could touch us. Nobody could touch us.
You would have to play MC Hammer then.
Oh, definitely.
You can't touch this.
Definitely. So I'm going to give you what's called a superstition quiz. Okay. For Friday the 13th. Okay. I'm going to read you something and I'm going to give you 3 choices and you're going to pick the right answer. Okay.
Okay.
We only do this on Friday the 13th.
That's too easy
It's
though
called
if it's
the
multiple choice, isn't it?
Well, if you don't want me to make it multiple choice, that makes it harder.
Let's try it without the multiple choice
All
and
right.
see how smart I am.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Question number 1. And you're very intelligent, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very
Question
much.
number 1. It is believed that this item should be carried to bring luck and ensure a long life. What is it?
A 4-leaf clover, Evan. A rabbit's foot. A Lucky Charm bracelet. Maybe I do need that multiple choice.
Maybe you do. Here's your multiple choices. A, an acorn, B, an arrowhead, or C, a gun.
See a gun. Son of a gun.
It's an
Son of a
acorn.
gun.
It's an acorn.
It is an
It's an
acorn?
acorn.
I never heard that tale.
Yeah. All right. It's bad luck to put a hat down on the following: a dead man, a dog, or a bed.
On a bed.
On a bed? Very good. Okay. On board a ship, this is considered to bring luck. A mouse, a cat, or a monkey?
A cat.
A cat? Correct. Very good.
Thank you. Thank you very
See,
much.
multiple choice does help.
It does help a little bit better, yeah.
Okay, here we go. Next question. If you get a chill up your back or goosebumps, it means that someone is doing what? Walking over your grave, plotting against you, or looking for you?
Plotting against you. Oh, they're looking for you, right? No.
No, it's walking over your grave.
If you get a chill over
if you
your
get
back,
a chill up your back or goosebump, it means that someone is doing what?
but if they're walking over your grave, how are you going to feel that chill up your back?
I don't know. I'm just reading.
I don't
I'm
understand
reading,
that one.
I don't understand that one either. I'm just reading the question. Okay. All right. It is believed that evil spirits can't harm you when you either stand on the hood of a Buick, stand on your head while drinking a glass of water, or stand inside a circle.
Or eat some garlic.
Okay.
They'll keep the vampires away.
Which one is it going to be? A, B, or C?
Number A.
Number A.
Letter A.
Letter A, standing on the hood of a Buick?
Yeah.
It's standing in a circle.
Okay.
Standing in a circle. Okay. All
So
right.
you're standing in a circle and then the evil spirits stay away.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah.
They stay away.
Okay.
All right. Cows lifting their tails is a sure sign that what is coming. Don't go there, okay? All right. It's either an earthquake, rain, or snow.
I'm going to guess that it's rain.
Very good.
Yeah.
It is rain.
Raining on the pasture.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
For good luck, how should a fish always be eaten? From the head toward the tail, from the tail toward the head, or from the middle out to either end?
From the head to the tail.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, you're doing good so far. The dried body of a frog worn in a silk bag around the neck does what? Makes you popular in biology, averts epilepsy and other fits, or makes you smell like an old person.
I'm going to say make you good in biology.
It averts epilepsy and other fits.
Oh.
Believe it or not.
Oh, wow. Then that would be a good thing.
I know you're going to get this one right.
Okay.
If the palm of your right hand itches, it means you're going to get what?
Buy a lottery ticket.
Close enough. Money.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah. If
You ever had an itchy palm?
Yeah. Gary had one when he went into the convenience store yesterday. His right palm started getting itchy. So he knew that he should buy a ticket.
Okay.
I don't know if he won yet. I hope it worked out well for us, though.
Okay. All right. Very good. That's a good thing. If you catch a falling leaf on the first day of autumn, what will happen, Bonnie? The IRS will not audit you this year. You will not catch a cold all winter, or you will have a good harvest.
You're going to have a good harvest.
No, it's catch a cold, not catch a cold this winter.
Okay.
To dream of a lizard is a sign that you have a what? Secret admirer, secret agent in the family, or secret enemy.
A secret, what, Asian in the family?
Agent, not Asian. That was a good one, Bonnie. That made my day.
What were the other two?
All right, here we go. To dream of a lizard is a sign that you have what? Secret admirer, secret agent in the family, or secret enemy.
Well, dreaming of the frog turns into a handsome prince.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the lizard does.
Okay.
But I'm going to say it's that secret admirer then.
Secret admirer?
Yeah.
It's secret enemy.
Oh.
Yes, a secret enemy. Okay, here's
you got
another
to keep
one.
your enemies close.
Here's another one. A mirror should be covered during a thunderstorm because it attracts what? You could answer this without multiple choice. It's not that hard. Think of it. A mirror will attract what?
During a thunderstorm?
During a thunderstorm. What happens during a thunderstorm?
The mirror will attract lightning.
Very good.
Why,
I
of
knew you would get that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. An onion cut in half and placed under the bed of a sick person will do what?
I think it keeps the bacteria and viruses away.
You're very good. It draws off the fever and the poisons.
Yeah. My mother-in-law used to tell me to sometime just leave a wide open onion out on the counter because it absorbs any of the bad bacterial, anything bad that could be in the air in your kitchen. She used to tell me to do that sometime. I never tried it. Yet. But I think onions. I think onions are a good thing.
Okay.
All right. When I had a really bad tooth, Evan, like when I had to get a root canal and a crown at once in that soreness, I was craving raw onions.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because I think it was hurting. There's probably so much bacteria that I was missing something, and I actually wanted to eat raw onions. It's true. It's weird, but true.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you ever eaten a raw onion?
I have.
Oh, how do you do that?
Yeah, back at that time I did. And actually there was a lady that I went to school with, and she brought me in a whole jar of these onions that she had got from her restaurant bar.
Okay.
And these onions were kind of like a sweet kind of onion, yet they were still onions. And yeah, at the time, when I had all this problem with my teeth, I was actually eating one or two of them raw. It's true.
All right. So here's what I'm going to do. You know where I'm going, right? You know where I'm going with this. Okay. Think about it. The information you just divulged to me about the raw onion.
I know it's wild.
You know where I'm going with this. Come on, think about it. My creative wisdom and my creative mind. Think of what I'm going to do Monday morning.
Oh.
What am I going to bring in here?
You're going to bring in like
what am I going to bring into the morning
cake or something?
No, I'm going to bring a raw onion in.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have you eat the raw onion live on the radio.
Well, I don't know if I can eat it now, but you know what? Actually, I could.
Okay.
All right.
Challenge accepted. I'm going to the grocery store when I get out of work today. I'm going to go buy a raw onion.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to I'll cut off all the skin.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have Rachel myself. We'll cut the skin off. I'll put it in a Ziploc bag.
Okay.
And do you want it diced up, or do you want it, chopped up in slices? How would you like your onion?
You can just bring it in and I'll be brave and take a big bite out of it.
You're going to take a big bite like an apple?
Yeah.
No way. Are you serious? Wow. Okay. All right.
Onion is a good, and garlic is too. If you eat straight garlic.
I'm going to bring a garlic clove also. I'm going to bring fresh garlic.
Oh, Monday, that's not going to be a good thing because I have like 4 or 5 massages to do afterward.
You better bring a 5-pack stick of gum with you.
We better wait till Tuesday for it because I don't think I have a house call or a massage on Tuesday morning.
All right, so Tuesday we'll do it.
It would be a better time to do it on Tuesday.
All right. Very good. Oh boy. This is going to be good for Tuesday morning. This is what makes radio interesting because it's theater of the mind and you can only imagine. And people that are watching on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel, they're going to get some great entertainment between my facial expressions, your facial expressions.
I don't know if I can do it when I'm feeling healthy. The only time I'm really apt to do it is when I'm catching a cold or coming down with something.
Well, don't say that. I don't want you to get sick on me.
Yeah.
But we're going to give it a shot.
I'm kind of getting sick now thinking of the thought of it.
Well, you stuck your foot in your mouth. You said you could do it, so
my foot in my mouth might actually taste better.
I challenge accepted. I threw the challenge out there and you accepted it.
Can we throw a Cheeto on top of it or some Doritos on top of it?
If you want to bring something in to eat with the raw onion, like some Cheetos, that's perfectly fine.
How about a slice of pizza now?
Okay, bring a slice of pizza and with the raw onion. Okay, you bring the pizza, I'll bring the raw onion.
My gosh.
Okay. All right, here we go. If 3 people are photographed together, the one in the middle will do what first? What? Now I can't read the choices on that. No, I'm not going to go there.
It's dirty.
Right. No, it's not dirty. It's just I don't like that word.
Oh, okay.
If you drop scissors, it means what? You're about to get a bad haircut. Your lover is being unfaithful to you, or you will soon gain a lot of weight.
Your lover is being unfaithful to you now.
Correct. Very good. So, Bonnie, whatever you do when you're hanging out with Gary, don't drop any scissors.
I won't drop the scissors.
Okay, please don't drop any scissors, whatever you do. That's.
And if I do, I'm going to be worried about it the whole entire day now. You see?
Oh, my Lord. All right, it's 8:20 right now. It's news time, all brought to you by Discovery Senior Living. And Bonnie has the news headlines with her plate of raw onions on the table. Take it away, Bonnie.
Good gosh. Good morning, Evan. The Florida Department of Health says the statewide total of positive coronavirus cases is now at 44. 15 new cases were added yesterday. The death toll is still at 2. Florida's junior U.S. senator is in self-imposed violation for the next 14 days. And Rick Scott says that while meeting with the president of Brazil on Monday, he was in a room with a person infected with coronavirus, but he feels fine.
Absolutely. I don't have any symptoms. What both my doctor and the Senate doctor told me is that I'm in good shape. Even if I get it down the road, I shouldn't have hardly any symptoms.
Scott says he decided to self-quarantine in an abundance of caution. The coronavirus is prompting Disneyland in California to close, and now Walt Disney World is following suit.
The Orlando park will also close along with Disneyland Paris on Monday. All 3 will not reopen until next month amid the coronavirus pandemic. The parks in Hong Kong and Tokyo were already shut down, and the Shanghai Disney Resort partially reopened earlier this week. Disney Cruise Line will also temporarily halt all new departures starting on Saturday through the end of March. The hotels at Walt Disney World will remain open until further notice. Universal Orlando Resort also announced they will temporarily close its parks, effective at the close of business on Sunday. I'm John Conrad.
The coronavirus isn't getting in the way of SpaceX's plans. The company has a rocket launch scheduled for tomorrow morning at Cape Canaveral. A Falcon 9 rocket will carry 60 Starlink satellites into orbit. Today was supposed to mark the last day of the 2020 legislative session, but lawmakers will need more time to hammer out a budget thanks to the coronavirus crisis. South Florida Representative Chevron Jones says weeks ago they were talking about tourism and teacher raises. Now it's all about public health.
This public health part of our budget has gotten a lot of cuts over the years. And so this should be a wake-up call that we need to continue, and we need to properly fund the Department of Health.
A school bus was involved in a crash with another vehicle Thursday afternoon in Fort Pierce, sending 10 students to the hospital. The wreck happened around 3:50 p.m. at the intersection of 25th Street and Avenue I. St. Lucie Public Schools said the bus was transporting St. Lucie Elementary students home when it was involved in a crash. 3 of the students were transported to Lawnwood Hospital by ambulance, while 7 students were taken to hospital by their parents, according to St. Lucie Schools spokeswoman Lydia Martin. The district said the injuries do not appear serious, and Martin said all other students were cleared by medical personnel at the scene and allowed to board another bus home. The driver of the bus was not injured, and local law enforcement is investigating the cause of the wreck. St. Lucie Public Schools is alerting parents about a comprehensive plan in the event of a school closure as coronavirus concerns continue. At this point in time, Superintendent Wayne Gent does not anticipate any schools will close. However, a letter will be sent home with all students on Friday about the measures in place. The letter was also posted to the school district's website Thursday afternoon with a detailed explanation about the latest plan. The district has developed a comprehensive plan that would allow for home instruction through online lessons in the event of school closures, the notice reads. And finally, there is more trouble for the head of the Florida Coalition Against Domestic Violence. She's now facing a possible contempt charge. Tiffany Carr now has to explain to lawmakers why she didn't show up at an ethics committee hearing Thursday morning. That's after being served a subpoena via Twitter. Ethics Chair Tom Leek said Carr being out of state has become a barrier in the committee's effort to get the coalition CEO to appear and explain an exorbitant salary package. Committee members have been investigating allegations Carr, with the help of her board, paid herself millions in public dollars rather than the 42 domestic violence shelters the coalition finally supports. Lawmakers also heard troubling new testimony from shelter directors who operated under the coalition's umbrella. Meg Baldwin with Refuge House in Tallahassee said she felt disgust when she heard of Carr's alleged actions. She testified a tight budget last year forced her North Florida shelter to turn away nearly 800 women requesting housing assistance. And basically every professional sport being shut down indefinitely by the coronavirus. Now that includes the NBA, the Major League Baseball, the NHL, the NCAA's March Madness too, Major League Soccer, and even the XFL. Yes, a Major League Baseball opening day was originally scheduled for March 26th, but that's not happening. And for now, Major League Baseball has pushed back the start of the season at least 2 weeks, and it could even be extended further. Our Major League Baseball spring scores last night, 7-5, the Toronto Blue Jays over Pittsburgh Pirates. New York Yankees, they win yesterday over Washington Nationals 6-3. Tampa Bay Rays get beat by the Phillies 8-4. St. Louis Cardinals over Miami Marlins 3-0. And the Atlanta Braves 5-3 over Detroit Tigers yesterday. Our news time is 8:26, and weather and traffic together are next.
8:27, the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, Evan, we're not seeing any action happening on the roadways right now, so that's a good thing. It's looking like if you got to be there by 9 this morning, you should arrive there on time. No slowdowns. And there's your latest look at traffic. And it's 64 in Stewart. It's 62 degrees in Port St. Lucie. Here's our weekend weather at WPTV.
IF, it's a pleasant start to your Friday morning along the Treasure Coast. Temperatures starting off in the mid-60s under mostly clear skies and a few isolated showers popping in mainly around your lunch hour. This afternoon, highs reaching the low 80s under mostly sunny skies and light east winds. A few spotty showers possible throughout your Friday. A nice evening expected, though, as temperatures dip into the mid-70s around sunset with mostly clear skies. Tonight, a mix of stars and clouds with lows in the mid-60s. For the weekend, much of the same weather with temperatures starting off in the mid-60s and highs reaching the low 80s. Lots of sunshine with low rain chances.
Do you have a suggestion for the show? Send us an email, WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. And now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
8:31 the time right now, the Get Up and Go show. It's time to head out to space in another place where Randy Siegel is standing by with our daily dose of space news. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning to you, sir. Well, it was on this date in history that NASA launched the STS-29 Discovery mission. And on Saturday, in 1995, Russia launched its Soyuz TM-21 spacecraft to the Mir space station. What was interesting about this flight is that Vladimir Dezarov, Gennady Strekalov, and NASA astronaut Norman Thagard were launched as well. This was the first time that an American astronaut was launched on a Russian vehicle and docked with the with the Mir space station. So that's what happened on this date. The ExoMars mission was launched on Saturday, 2016. Heading to Mars, it had a rover, it had an orbiter. However, the rover went kaplunk, and it never did anything on the planet. However, the spacecraft went into orbit and did return extremely good information. The idea of that mission was to return samples of Mars, but the European Space Agency probe failed. And then on Sunday, back in 1975, NASA launched its Helios spacecraft, giving them more information about our sun. Well, the NASA astronauts on board the International Space Station continue to do good work. However, research takes place not only inside the space station, but also outside, as scientists study how we work with the extreme temperatures and space radiation and how they affect materials. Andrew Morgan configured hardware containing a material science experiment for installation outside the orbital lab. He placed the gear inside the Kibo laboratory airlock, and it was depressurized. Canadarm2 reached in, retrieved the experiment, and they installed it externally on the station. Jessica Mears started her day yesterday collecting samples of station water for microbial analysis. In the afternoon, she serviced an experimental module that can generate artificial gravity environment before working on orbital plumbing at the end of her shift. Commander Oleg Sherpochka from Russia continued more communication tests, checking out two-way audio and video links. He also wrapped up a study that observes Earth's upper atmosphere in the visible and near visible wavelengths. At the end of the day, Sherpochka shared his inputs for a long-running experiment researching the interactions between crew and mission control. The astronauts are now getting ready for a launch to take place on April the 9th, when a new crew will be joining the space station. Chris Cassidy from the United States will join Russian cosmonauts Anatoly Ivanushin and Ivan Wagner. They're wrapping up 2 days of qualification exams, which they all passed, and the trio will soon head to Baikonur as they will get ready for their particular mission. Also, to get ready for that mission, on the 19th, the Progress MS-13 spacecraft will adjust the orbit of the International Space Station just a little bit, tweaking it enough to be in phase for the new crew to be launched to the space station. There are going to be 3 more launches of Progress vehicles to the International Space Station this year: April 25th, July 23rd, and December 11th. If all goes well, they will bring goodies and fuel to the International Space Station. Well, what are the astronauts doing in order to prevent the coronavirus from affecting the astronauts, their families, etc.? Well, they have started a new protocol in Russia where the astronaut crews that are going to go to the International Space Station will spend about 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks in quarantine, thus assuring themselves that the coronavirus will not create a problem for any of the astronauts. Cosmonaut Tikhonov, who was originally going to go to the International Space Station before he was injured, has been told that he will make a flight not long after the flight that he was scheduled to make. They believe that he will be fine, the eye injury is healing rapidly, and he should be cleared for flight very soon. Tomorrow, we will see a launch of a Falcon 9 rocket from the Kennedy Space Center Launch Complex 39A. But first, today, at around 10 o'clock, they're going to have a static firing of that Falcon 9 rocket. That's where SpaceX fires up the engines for a few seconds, just to make sure that the engines are working properly before they launch the following day. On Saturday at 9:42 a.m., the company will launch its next batch of Starlink data relay satellites. It should be a beautiful launch in the morning, and it should be visible from the Treasure Coast. Back on Mars, or getting ready to go to Mars, the ExoMars rover, Rosalind Franklin, has been delayed to 2022 due to parachute problems and electronic issues. And now it's also been left behind a little bit because of the coronavirus. They are not able to get all the people necessary together to conduct a lot of the experiments that they want to due to this virus. And they want to be sure that the spacecraft is relatively clean before it goes into orbit around Mars or even lands on Mars. Waiting for them will be a European spacecraft circling Mars that will relay all of the data back to the Earth. Well, the first Space Launch System has been delayed once again. It now appears that it will not take place until the second half of next year. NASA was hoping to have it in the first half in order to have the Artemis 1 flight take place. However, by delaying this mission, it seems more and more unlikely that the president will not get his wish of landing a woman on the moon by 2024. It's almost out of the box and is not going to happen. China is continuing the development of their Soyuz 5 vehicle. They are getting ready to start launching their space station modules into orbit. And the hope is they can do it by the end of this year, starting to do so. They also have commissioned a next-generation space tracking ship, Yangwang 7, in the Atlantic Ocean that will monitor any Chinese spacecrafts that are in orbit. Russia is having problems, as we said, with some of their launch vehicles. For some reason, the modules that they're putting together for the Fregat engine, for the Fregat vehicles, have been having problems. They have noticed that some of the tank lines are not being properly filled because of debris that appears in the lines. So Russia is doing the best they can to mitigate that type of damage. Lastly, we want to tell you that a Chinese professor and a NASA employee was arrested. A University of Tennessee professor, Anming Hu, has been arrested for fraud because he did not report that he's also working for China. So until Monday, when we talk about the successful launch, have a great day, everybody.
That's your latest daily dose of space from our very own Randy Siegel. He provides that to us Monday through Friday at around 8:30 each and every day. And as we transition from space to another place, we're going to head on over to where Bonnie is standing by, hanging out at Ellie's Downtown Deli with the latest and greatest things for your palate.
Yeah, and serving up hot and cold sandwiches at
Yes.
Ellie's Deli too. Try a hot pastrami melt today. Ooh, this is good with plenty of pastrami. Has pepper jack cheese, banana peppers, making it even hotter. Cherry peppers too, some sauteed onions, tomatoes, and spicy cilantro mayo. It's served with a side item of your choice. So get that side item cool. On a cool note, some crispy, cool coleslaw, or maybe make it some fluffy bacon Dijon potato salad.
Ooh.
Deli fresh at
Sounds
Ellie's
so
Deli.
good.
And tonight, bring home a half pound of chocolate chip M&M cookies.
Oh.
And your favorite day, Evan, is coming up on Tuesday.
Oh,
your
corned
birthday
beef
and
cabbage.
St. Patty's Day too.
I don't know where I'm going to go. You know what? Yes, I just decided I'm going to go to Ellie's Downtown Deli for some corned beef and cabbage
Yeah.
when I get off the radio for my birthday.
How convenient
Maybe
for
you'll
you.
join me for lunch there.
That would be swell.
Are you available Tuesday?
I might be available to do that Tuesday.
Maybe we can do lunch.
I think we should.
Okay.
That sounds great.
All right.
So order up some corned beef and cabbage like Evan and I are going to do so. And you can call Ellie's Deli to put in your order at 772-781-6605. Visit Ellie's Deli, 18 Southeast 6th Street off Colorado Avenue in Stewart.
It's time now for the Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold is opening up down this morning, $1,587 an ounce. And silver is going to be opening up at $15.71 an ounce. It's time now for news, all brought to you by the Alfa Romeo of Stewart, where the rich heritage of Italian motoring is now within reach. During the spring acceleration event at the all-new Alfa Romeo Stewart, get a new 2020 Alfa Romeo Giulia for just $379 a month. Alfa Romeo Stewart, located 3980 Southeast Federal Highway in Stewart, or online at alfaromeostewart.com. Luxury Legacy Alfa Romeo Stewart. MSRP $40,640, rear-wheel drive, 36-month lease. Total due at signing, $5,179. No security deposit, plus tax, title, and license with approved credit. Ends March 31st, 2020. It's time for news right now. Let's head over to the news desk for the final time this morning. Here's Bonnie.
The Florida Department of Health says the statewide total of positive coronavirus cases are now at 45. 15 new cases were added yesterday. The death toll is still at 2. Florida's junior U.S. Senator is in self-imposed isolation for the next 14 days. Rick Scott says that while meeting with the president of Brazil on Monday, he was in a room with a person infected with coronavirus, but he feels fine.
Absolutely. I don't have any symptoms. What both my doctor and the Senate doctor told me is that I'm in good shape. Even if I get it down the road, I shouldn't have hardly any symptoms.
The coronavirus is prompting Disneyland in California to close, and now Walt Disney World is following suit.
The Orlando park will also close along with Disneyland Paris on Monday. All three will not reopen until next month amid the coronavirus pandemic. The parks in Hong Kong and Tokyo were already shut down, and the Shanghai Disney Resort partially reopened earlier this week. Disney Cruise Line will also temporarily halt all new departures starting on Saturday through the end of March. The hotels at Walt Disney World will remain open until further notice. Universal Orlando Resort also announced they will temporarily close its parks, effective at the close of business on Sunday. I'm John Conrad.
The coronavirus isn't getting in the way of SpaceX's plans. The company has a rocket launch scheduled for tomorrow morning at Cape Canaveral. A Falcon 9 rocket will carry 60 Starlink satellites into orbit. Today was supposed to mark the last day of the 2020 legislative session, but lawmakers will need more time to hammer out a budget thanks to the coronavirus crisis. South Florida Representative Shrevrin Jones says weeks ago they were talking about tourism and teacher raises. Now it's all about public health.
This public health part of our budget has gotten a lot of cuts over the years. And so this should be a wake-up call that we need to continue, and we need to properly fund the Department of Health.
Once a budget deal is inked, state law requires a 72-hour cooling off period before a final vote, so the session will not end until at least next week. St. Lucie County Sheriff Ken Mascara announced an arrest Thursday afternoon in a fatal shooting that happened last week near Fort Pierce. Investigators said Richard Eugene Avery, 45, was shot and killed at a home in the 600 block of South Market Avenue around 1 p.m. on March 9. The sheriff said a local business provided security camera footage that identified the suspect as Michael Sapp, age 38. Detectives found Sapp around 10 a.m. Thursday at home in Martin County. He was taken into custody for first-degree murder, the sheriff said. And if you have additional information about the crime, call Treasure Coast Crime Stoppers at 1-800-273-8477. St. Lucie Public Schools is alerting parents about a comprehensive plan in the event of a school closure as coronavirus concerns continue. At this point in time, Superintendent Wayne Gent does not participate. Any schools will close. However, a letter will be sent home with all students on Friday about the measures in place. The letter was also posted to the school district's website Thursday afternoon with a detailed explanation about the latest plan. The district has developed a comprehensive plan that would allow for home instruction through online lessons and supplemental resources in the event of school closures, the notice reads. School officials are determining digital readiness of families through surveys to ensure all students have access to online instruction if needed. And basically every professional sport has been shut down indefinitely. It looks like the NHL yesterday morning, the NHL suspended its season immediately, saying that the goal is to resume play as soon as it's appropriate and prudent. Major League Baseball, too, due to coronavirus. Opening day was originally scheduled for March 26th, but that's not happening. And for now, Major League Baseball has been pushed back the start of the season at least 2 weeks. And the NCAA announced, too, that its annual March Madness tournament would continue without fans, but now there won't be players either. So the NCAA canceled its men's and women's basketball tournaments, saying, quote, "This decision is based on the evolving COVID-19 public health threat and our ability to ensure the events do not contribute to the spread of the pandemic." Of course, the NBA were the first to suspend the action on Wednesday. Major League Baseball scores from yesterday: Atlanta Braves 5-3 over Detroit Tigers. Cardinals over Miami Marlins 3-0. The Phillies beating Tampa Bay Rays 8-4, and 7-5 the Toronto Blue Jays over Pittsburgh Pirates. The New York Yankees, they did win yesterday over Washington Nationals 6-3. Our news time is 8:49. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$8:50 the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, Evan, no accidents to report right here. Our major highways have been clear throughout this entire morning, and we're just hoping that traffic stays that way. Drive safely if you are heading out. There's your latest look at traffic. Palm City is sunny and 65. It's 63 in Port St. Lucie. Here's our weekend forecast at WPTV.
TGIF, it's a pleasant start to your Friday morning along the Treasure Coast. Temperatures starting off in the mid-60s under mostly clear skies and a few isolated showers popping in mainly around your lunch hour. This afternoon, highs reaching the low 80s under mostly sunny skies and light east winds. A few spotty showers possible throughout your Friday. A nice evening expected, though, as temperatures dip into the mid-70s around sunset with mostly clear skies. Tonight, a mix of stars and clouds with lows in the mid-60s. For the weekend, much of the same weather with temperatures starting off in the mid-60s and highs reaching the low 80s. Lots of sunshine with low rain chances.
Didn't spray right into it.
let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
This is where the real action is.
Hey, yeah.
Just have fun with it.
Yeah, we always like to have fun with it, right, Bonnie?
Oh, yeah.
I saw you sanitizing things over there.
Yeah, it's really important that
Yes.
we do this now.
Keeping this clean.
We have people arriving. We have a priest and a rabbi, the show arriving next at 9.
Yeah, got to make sure everything's nice and clean for them.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's, I think so many businesses right now must be taking that extra precaution. And it doesn't matter what business you are, the restaurants particularly in that matter.
Mhm.
But I think wherever you are right now in the workplace,
Yeah.
it's good to sanitize.
So, Bonnie, I know there's something that you enjoy that we do on the show together. We play a little game called Slogan Off.
Yeah, I do enjoy that one.
And I read a little statement or a slogan, and you kind of fill in the blanks, so to speak.
Because those slogans bring back memories of old time.
Yep, exactly.
And newer time.
Yep, exactly.
Sometimes.
All right. This is a good one. All right. When you're out of blank, you're out of beer.
When you're out of Bud, you're out of beer.
No.
Miller.
No.
Coors. I should know this one.
Yep. When you're out of blank, you're out of beer.
Oh,
Maybe one of our listeners will call in and give us the answer to
that
that.
would be good. Just leave
I'm
that.
going to leave that one blank.
Leave it out
okay.
in the open.
If you think you know the answer to that, give us a call. Okay. 220-9788. Here's the next one. It's not nice to fool Mother Nature.
It's not nice
To fool Mother Nature.
Nature.
Yes.
Sun-dried raisins.
No. That one is chiffon margarine. We do have a call now. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this?
Walter, is it Schlitz?
Yes, it is Schlitz.
Oh my gosh.
Congratulations, Walter. How did you know that?
I remembered it from way back when.
Way back. Well, we don't want to give your age away. I mean, Schlitz was a beer back in the day.
Yes.
Now,
It was actually before I was drinking beer, but I don't remember.
Now, do you remember a beer called Ballantine or Rangold?
Yeah, they're from the Northeast. Yeah.
My dad was the president of both those beer companies back in the day.
All right. You got free samples?
No. I never, believe it or not, I never took to liking beer. I never acquired a taste for it.
Hey, Walter, I have another one for you that maybe I think you should get from that time. Good old blank is best.
Good old blank is best. No, I don't know.
What is it, Bonnie?
It was Blast.
Oh, good old
Blast beer.
Good old Blast is best.
Wow.
Came right around the time of
All
Schlitz
right.
beer, too.
All right. Well, Walter, thanks so much for calling and participating. We appreciate you.
Take care.
All right. Take care now.
That makes me want to go enjoy some beer today.
You're going to go pop a top.
I wonder if Walter is going to do that, too.
Because it's Friday and it could be 5 o'clock somewhere anytime soon for you.
That's right. Good old Kenny Chesney, right?
No. That's Alan Jackson.
Is it really?
Alan Jackson with Jimmy Buffett, 5 o'clock somewhere.
Okay.
And Papa Top is also by Alan Jackson.
Oh, who's the big country music artist that I just read about this morning? He's supposed to be at Sunfest, and we're hoping that Sunfest still goes on.
I don't know.
It's the guy that's married to Nicole Kidman.
Oh, Keith Urban.
Yeah.
Yeah, Keith Urban.
I think he's supposed to be playing Sunfest
He
this
played
year.
Sunfest last year, and there was a big story that he, I think there were thunderstorms, the weather was bad, and he hopped in an Uber and took an Uber all the way from Miami with the Uber driver.
He did, didn't
Yeah,
he?
they were going like 110 miles an hour.
And I think the act year that didn't come because of that was Tears for Fears.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be there this year.
Yep.
And oh, good gosh, we hope the event goes on because it's a good lineup.
Okay, here's another one for you for Slogan Off.
Okay.
Everything's better with blank blank on it.
Cheddar upon it.
No, it's
Blue Bonnet.
Blue Bonnet.
Blue Bonnet.
Yes.
Again, that Blue Bonnet
Blue
gets
Bonnet.
me every time.
All right, here's
Okay.
some modern day slogans now, okay? Surprisingly painless.
Surprisingly painless.
Surprisingly painless.
And enema.
No. Oh, wow. Okay. I cannot believe you just said that.
I can't believe it either.
Okay. It's insurance. How do you cross an enema with insurance?
Getting insurance can be like an enema.
All right. That's a real pain
Looking
in the
for the bargain of it and trying to buy it.
Feeling alive. Feeling alive.
A leave.
No.
Oh.
Mazda.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. Here's another one. That's what I like.
Rice-A-Roni.
No. Pepsi.
Oh, good.
All right. Now think of beer on this next one, okay? Made to chill.
Leinenkugel.
No. Is Leinenkugel a beer?
Yes, it is.
Oh boy. No, it's Coors Light.
Maybe I'll have a Liney tonight.
Okay, here's a good one. This think of a car brand on this next one. Can't be any more.
Honda.
I haven't even read the statement yet.
Did I get it right?
No. Experience amazing.
It's I think it's
Come on.
I know this one.
Come on.
Jeep Cherokee Wrangler.
No. It's Lexus.
I should have known that it was a Lexus.
And on that note, it's time for us to say goodbye because it's the end of the work week. And that means we're out of here and the morning show's done for the week. And we'll be back next Monday morning, bright and early. And then on Tuesday, you're eating onions.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I'm going to put a note in my calendar. I'm going to put a note in my calendar.
How am I going to go out to eat for corned beef and cabbage after eating onions?
I don't know.
That?
We'll figure it out. It's my birthday. You'll do it for my birthday.
I know.
Anyway, folks, hey, thanks for listening in. God bless each and every one of you. And as always, Bonnie's, we say ciao mein.
Honduras.
And Arrivederci. And in the words of Ellen DeGeneres.
Be kind to everyone.
That's right.
Even with onion breath.
Be kind to one another. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. We'll see you back here Monday morning, 6 a.m. Bye-bye for now.